Can't he hide? He lights up, his pipe stretching time. Floating free, gotta ease his mind. Wings spread wide through the blue. Flying high, nothing else to do. In the cockpit, it's just him and the breeze. Captain Canada feeling at ease. Stretching time in the open air. Flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free. Smoking sky, all he needs. Turbulence can't shake his vibe. Every puff makes him feel alive. He's the captain you can't confide. Loving life, stretching time. Sunset glow as he climbs higher. Heart beats to his own choir. With a grin, he takes another puff. For Captain C, no sky's too tough. Stretching time in the open air. Flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free. Smoking sky, all he needs. Stretching time in the open air. Flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free. Smoking sky, all he needs. Stretching time in the open air. Flying high without a care. Captain Canada soaring free. Smoking sky, all he needs.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator live stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hopefully everybody's having a great weekend so far. Captain Irish, good to see you. Morgus, welcome. Alex, good to see you. Star 777, welcome. Jody Doc, good to see you. 12 Cut, welcome. Jordan, good to see you. Queen, good to see you. Lee Russell, welcome back. Ado, good to see you. Average Beavers in the house, welcome. MN Sports Fan, good to see you. Maximilian, welcome back, my friend. Good to see you, dude. Yuckfu, welcome. Wyatt, good to see you. Septarshi, good to see you, my friend. Tom Brady, welcome back. Mr. Mar, good to see you, dude. Grant, welcome back. Aviation's good to see you. Leonard Grant, good to see you. Troa, welcome back. IYR, good to see you. Tom 2430, welcome back. Sushi, good to see you. CHLM, welcome back, my friend. Dan Scott, good to see you. Skyworkers in the house, good to see you, my friend. Ray is in the house, good to see you as well, my friend. Gary P, welcome. PW, good to see you. Camel, good to see you. Michael, good to see you, my friend. Prajwal, good to see you. Gregory, good to see you. Wes, welcome back. Earl Boone, good to see you. Squiddy, welcome. Pluto, good to see you. Captain Kevin, good to see you, man. Says, hey, Cap, having trouble getting the A380 to follow my flight plan. I don't know if it's user error or autopilot. I put the plan in like usual, and I just can't see the waypoints. Yeah, I don't know what would be going on. That's a little bit odd. I haven't had any issues with the 380. I haven't flown the 380 all that much, but I don't know. Without like actually looking at it and seeing what's going on, I don't know if I'll be able to help. But if anybody else in chat is having any issues with the 380, please speak up and let Captain Kevin know if you have any issues with it. Reggie, good to see you, man. Tony Baldo's in the house, good to see you. Pilot 23, welcome. Ken LeMay is here, good to see you, man. Quick Match, good to see you. Freddy, good to see you. Unrealistically Stupid, welcome back. Anders, good to see you. Simpopia, good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. BC, good to see you. Sacred Matthew, welcome back. C Furlong, welcome. Thomas Armstrong, good to see you. Ark, welcome. Daniel, good to see you. Flazer, good to see you. Welcome back, everyone. Thanks so much for coming to hang out. Appreciate you guys. I know it's a busy weekend, a lot of streams going on. I know everybody is excited for Microsoft 2024 as well. We've got the release coming up here in, 3 days? We got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, so 3 days pretty much until the release of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I know I am excited. I know everybody else is excited, and I cannot wait to get the party started with our official release party happening sometime on Tuesday afternoon. I don't know exactly when. It looks like I'm going to get access to the sim at about 11 a.m. Eastern time, so an hour before we usually go live. I'll hopefully have everything installed and everything ready to go around our usual stream time, and I think it's going to be a long day. I want to kind of jump into the career mode. I think that's going to be the first thing that we're going to do on day one. jump into the career mode, maybe have a look at some of the default airplanes that are shipping with it, the 330, the 321, etc., etc., etc. So it should be awesome, man. I'm very, very excited for this week. It's going to be an extremely busy week here on the channel and for myself, but I look forward to those. So very excited for that. Are there any plans? Are there any planes not available at launch? Yeah, like the Fenix, probably not. The PMDGs, probably not. I think the only things that are going to be compatible from day one are the default iniBuilds aircraft that are shipping with it. I've heard that the fly-by-wire will also be working. I don't know how well it will be working. I don't know if everything will be working, but yeah. When 24 lands, will 2020 be grounded? No, not at all, Neil. Not at all, man. It's probably going to take a good like 1 to 3 months to get all of the add-ons that we know and love here in Microsoft 2020 over to 2024. So no, this won't be grounded. We will definitely be using both simulators. Probably for the first week, we'll be using 2024 as we take a deep dive into some of the default aircraft and stuff. But no, the simulator does not just end because 2024 is out. We'll be spending time in both sims for sure. Flying the iFly Max with a new update that came yesterday. Really enjoying it. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to jumping back into that aircraft as well. I miss flying the Max. Absolutely love that aircraft. Fantastic aircraft as well. Mr. Daniel Barry, good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Looks like I have to take off work on Tuesday. I mean, that would be the day. It's going to be a good one, man. Worldwide Spotter, good to see you, man. Welcome back. How do you set up your camera views outside the plane during cruise and such? You have to trick the camera system. That's really the only way to set up, like, unless you want to do drone cameras. You can do drone camera whenever, but... Zachary, good to see you, man. Welcome back. It has been a hot minute. I hope you're doing well, dude. Good to see you, my friend. 787 fan is here. Good to see you, man. Welcome back. We are at the iniBuilds-Luton Luton. Yes, of course, sponsored by the wonderful team over at iniBuilds. We were just speaking about them and their wonderful aircraft that are coming default into the sim. They have, I think they're doing, what, 6 planes or something? Pretty crazy. Will a 4070 and an i9 13900 bottleneck? Nope, not at all. It's a pretty good pair right there. I think you'll have great success with those ones. Anyways, friends, welcome aboard. Doing some easyJet ops today. We've got the SHARKLETS on the 320. We've got the Eurocar easyJet livery. We got service from London over to Belfast and then over down to Newcastle. And I cannot remember the last time we've been to Newcastle, so I'm looking forward to this one. I was just going to do Luton to Belfast back to Luton, but I know that you guys like seeing different airports in the same stream, so we're going to be doing some nice little hops today. We're going from Luton to Belfast, Belfast to Newcastle. Very excited for that one. We got Mr. GMC coming in with 5 gifted members, starting off the stream proper. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Guys, let's get some love for Mr. GMC. The guy is an absolute animal. Minimum 5 gifted members every single stream, usually more. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for the support. And remember, if you did get a gifted membership, guys, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button and give a big old thank you to Mr. GMC in chat. Thank you again, GMC. Appreciate you, my friend. All right, let's go ahead and jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy program ready to rock and roll, shall we, friends? So if we go to the overhead, you can see that I've got the ground power on, the battery switches, and the ADIRs aligned, and that's pretty much it. So we'll work on getting some flows here on the overhead, get the caps on. We'll go ahead and get the ground control on. We'll get our crew supply on as well. Nav and logo lights are on. APU master start switch can go on. We'll no smoking to auto, and we will arm our emergency exits. Beautiful. Going to come down here. I'm going to go to my mass and balance tab. I'm going to load the aircraft, but I'm just going to go instant because you saw me boarding it through GSX. So we'll do that and get the aircraft in a state that it is ready to go. Beautiful. Let's come down here. Let's go to our NITREF tab. We're going to do our NIT requests. Call sign today is Easy814 Hotel. Go ahead and throw that up into there. Beautiful. We've got EGGW, London Luton, over to Belfast, EGAA. We are using the Pyreeg Belfast, so I mean, just stunning scenery throughout. We got iniBuilds-Luton, Pyreeg Belfast, and Orbex Newcastle. So I mean, some great scenery for today's flights as well. Initial cost index will be 5 as we get ourselves up to flight level 360. Once we get up to 360, we can bump up our cost index just a little bit, give us a better cruise performance, if you will. Good. I'm happy with that. We can go to our NIT B page because we've already plugged everything in over here as well. We can just send all of that data down to the make-do. And there we go. We've got 59.1 on the zero fuel weight, 30.5 on the zero fuel weight CG. And then we've got our block fuel today at 5.3. I'm just going to confirm all of those numbers here on SimBrief, and everything looks good to me and works out well. Perfect. Let's go to our flight plan page. EGGW's departures, we're planning for the only 2 Bravo departure out of runway 25. We'll just confirm the weather, but I'm almost positive that nothing has changed, and we'll go ahead and insert that. Beautiful. If we pull up our Navigraph, we can go to EGGW, go to weather, and we've got winds 250 at 10 knots, broken at 39, overcast at 46. So that is perfect. QNH is 10:15. We'll hit the magic barrow key, get everything synced up. Beautiful. Everything looks good there. Into Belfast this evening or this afternoon. If we go to our approaches, if we go to our weather, we see winds are 300 at 13 knots, few at 3,500, scattered at 4,700. So with winds like that, I'm assuming that we're probably going to be taking the ILS runway 25. I don't think we need to do a Cat 2 or a Cat 3. We should be good with a normal ILS approach, so we'll go ahead and plug that into there. Beautiful. Everything looks good. I am happy with that. We'll be on the ILS 25. Everything is good there. We'll leave that like that. Beautiful. Cool. So let's go ILS 25. There is no star. If we go to our approach vias, and here's where things become a little bit interesting. So our last waypoint that we see here is Ipset. Now, usually from Ipset, I just radar vector myself, onto the path, and then we go down. But I think if we go to our procedures and approaches, and we select runway 25, we can see here the ILS 25, and then we've got the Ringa transition, which again, we kind of want it off of Ipset. We've got the Bell transition, which we don't want. We've got the Bell one, or we've just got the final transition. So I just think that we're just going to go with the final transition. I don't think that we're going to choose any approach via, and then we're just going to radar vector ourselves. Maybe we'll pick up some ATC on the way. Who knows? But I think for now, we're just going to use no approach via, and then we'll just radar vector ourselves after the final waypoint, which is going to be Ipset. Yeah, and then we'll go Ipset, and then I don't know where Belzoo is. I think Belzoo is the VOR for the airport, so we won't be doing that. Yeah, it is. You can see Belzoo is right there. Okay, beautiful. I mean, we could do a procedural turn, but again, in real life, very unlikely with ATC on that you would get a procedural turn. You'd probably just get radar vectors up over Carrickfergus and then down and in for the approach. Okay, I'm happy with all of that. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead and plug in some performance numbers. Go to our performance numbers over here. Good. Jump over here. While we're doing all this, actually, let's go ahead and spool up the APU so we're good for pushback once we have all of this planned and set. Go to our departure performance. We are departing on runway 25. Surface conditions are dry. We're going to do a flaps 1 departure today. Force Togano, anti-ice off. Packs will be on. Good. We'll sync our load sheet. We'll sync the live weather. And we will go and calculate our V speeds. 29, 29, 32, 1/down 0.2, and flex is 58 degrees. I'm going to send all of that data down here to the McDo. Everything looks good down there to me. Beautiful. We should have APU on and available here momentarily. I can hear it spooling up. A couple other things that we need to do. We need to do our ATSU menu and our AOC menu just to make sure everything is good here. Coyote, 19 months. Appreciate you, man. Huge no floaties to you. So it's nice to see you live after World Flight. It was a successful event. I would say so myself, my friend. Yep. Raising over $16,000 US in 1 week for children's research and children's hospital. I mean, come on. It doesn't get any better than that, man. I mean, listen, I'm all for supporting whatever charity you would like, but I think near and dear to a lot of us, and I'm, you know, helping kids who are less fortunate and, didn't mean to do that, helping kids that are less fortunate and allow them to, you know, maybe experience a life that hopefully can get a little bit better. I think that that's just absolutely incredible, man. And again, a huge shout out to everybody, the entire team, Mr. Midnight Maverick for getting everything together. And I can tell you that it's it takes a lot of effort to get something like that set up. It's not something that just happens overnight, you know. So again, kudos to everybody involved, the entire team, everybody that was flying, all the guys that did the overnight flights, etc., all of those guys, man. Absolutely incredible. Cool. Fuel pumps are on, seatbelt signs are on, red beacon light comes on. That's going to go ahead and get the pushback tug ready to go. I just want to make sure, because it's probably going to do pushback raise. Yep, and we'll save that. No pushback raise, please. Thank you. Good, cool. All of that is set. Mass and balance is good. We'll go back to our departure performance.
We are ready for pushback.
Hello. She's ready for pushback, chat. One tip, IRL, the pilots don't use down-up trim in easyJet ops. They use MACTO CG trim instead, so you could leave the trim part blank in the MIC-do. Interesting. I've never once been told that. I'm going to use the trim just because I don't know how to configure the CG weight based off to give us a 0 trim setting. I'd have to actually familiarize myself with that, so we're just going to use the trim setting for now, but interesting. I'll try and remember that for next time. Maybe there's something I can learn about that, but yeah, for the time being, we're just going to leave it normally. We're over in Europe. They like to squawk 1000 when there's no ATC, so we'll turn that on. I'll go to TA as well. Everything looks good down there. Ecamm messages look good. Nice. Cap, using FS Realistic Pro? Yes, always. I've been using this program since day one. Now, you'll notice here, I don't use a lot of the options, especially when I'm flying like the Fenix or the iFly Max or the PMDG 7.3 and stuff like that. A lot of the times I don't use a lot of these sounds, but I do use the first person, I do use G-forces, ground roll, reverse thrust, scary ride, toilet flush, touchdown front, main, and general turbulence. I feel like these three are the main reason why you pick up FS Realistic Pro. The touchdown front, the touchdown main, the general turbulence. I watch so many streams where the content creator is not using FS Realistic, and every landing just looks like a good landing. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's actually 2,000 in Europe. Hey, man, from my experience with my thousands of hours flying on VATSIM, they always use 1,000. I don't know if that's like a German thing or outside of the UK thing, but 99.7% of the time, I'm getting squawk 1,000, so that's what I usually do when I'm flying over in Europe. CHLM, thank you very much, my friend, for the 5 gifted members. Absolute legend. Huge no floaties to you as well, my friend. Thank you very, very much for your support. That is incredibly kind. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Boeing fan with a €2 donation. Says, got to be careful when I land the 777 here. Yeah, this is a spicy approach for sure. Very spicy approach. Huge no floaties to you, man. Thank you for the support. Appreciate you. Wayward, thank you for the support as well. 48 months, celebrating 4 years. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very, very much for the continued support of the channel. Appreciate you big time, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, buddy. Incredibly kind. All right, we should be starting our pushback here momentarily. There it goes. Let's get our block time clock on. Let's go engine mode selector to the start position. Let's get our sounds turned up here just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and spool up some engines for you guys. How's that? Beautiful. Let's go ahead and go engine number 2. Gonna have to play with my views here a little bit, I think, just so we can end up getting that. That looks good right there. We'll go there. ECAP just joined, but busy, happy to be back. Welcome back, Dante. I hope you're doing well, man. I've been extremely busy as well, dude, since I got back from World Flight, and it's only going to get busier, to be honest with you. We've got the release of Microsoft 2024 coming up this week. I've got to travel to Montreal to do a stream with Thrustmaster at their head office. It's going to be a crazy week, man. Crazy week. Also, easyJet pilots use cost index 0 during climb out for better performance, and they use the company cost index 9 during cruise. Okay, I mean, you guys are going hard today, so I'm going to try and listen to what some of you guys are saying. We'll use a cost index of 0, and then we'll flip it over to 9 once we get up to cruise altitude. Looks like we've got a good start on engine number 2. Looking good. Cap, I'm jealous going to Thrustmasters. I'm excited, man. It's gonna be an awesome time. Definitely excited for that one. Park brake is set. Let's jump over here to engine number 2. Gonna have to toggle my views here. I might have to bring that out just a little bit and go something like that. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Something like that should be good. All right, now let's go ahead and engine number 1. Cool. Is chat being a mean FO? No, they're not being mean at all. They're just offering some tidbitted information. If there's one thing that I've learned is the UK sim group audience. These guys take shit real seriously. And some of them die hard to the point where they know cost indexes for certain airlines, and so we're going to respect it, and we're going to do our best, that's for sure. Heck, I'd love to get out of the state for a week. Well, I'm not going out of, well, I'm not going out of state. Thrustmaster is only like an hour and a half away from me. So it's, yeah. CFM start too fast? I don't know. Every experience that I've been on a CFM aircraft, they've been, like I just flew on an Air Canada 320 and 321, and they were real quick on those startups. Ever flown to Bahrain? I don't know. Good question. I don't know if I have or not, to be honest with you. Sorry, chat. Just going to have to fix some of my views here. It's the first time flying this aircraft with SHARKLETS. That all looks good, actually, to me. Save that one right there. Beautiful. Cool. Let's go flaps 1 for departure. Dang, hour and a half and you don't go knock on their door all the time? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to knock on their door about? Thrustmaster is really good, man. If I want anything, they'll just send it over to me. Rudder pedals, joysticks, yokes, whatever it may be. They'll send it over. So I don't really have to go visit them per se. It's not like they have like, it's just their head office here. It's not like it's like a, you know, they don't have like an assembly line or something like that. You know what I mean? All right, predictive wind shear system is on and auto. Ground spoilers are armed. Engine mode selector back to the normal position. Flaps 1 are set. We're going to come down here. We're going to go, I think it was down 02. Yes, so we'll go down 02. Good. Auto brake over to max RTO. Good. Initial climb. I think there's like some crazy restrictions on the Olney. Yeah, we've got 6,000 at Olney, so we'll bug up 6,000 feet for our initial climb. That is good. 10:15 is set. We've got the constraint set as well. Okay, I believe that's everything, chat. Park brake is coming off. Let's go and get our taxi on, shall we? If they had R&D, I'd just move in. Yeah, well, exactly, right? Exactly. They had some cool stuff like that, sure. Go spend some more time over there, you know what I mean? EGAP, have a great flight. Thank you, Thomas. Appreciate you, man. EGAP, I need a 3-legged flight from Chicago to Minneapolis with Southwest. You could go Chicago Midway to Minneapolis, and then you could go all the way from Minneapolis to, like, could do Detroit. You could do Pittsburgh. You could do Philadelphia. Some good ones. EGAP, this week I was back to France, Lion Air with the A321neo Air Transat YUL to LFLL. Nice, very cool. How did everything go? Or you're doing it this week, or you already did it. You ready to hit 100K on Tuesday? I don't think we're going to do that, but hopefully we'll see some nice gains like we did when 2020 came out, man. That'd be real nice. All right, takeoff config test checked. ECAM no blue. APU can come off. APU bleed can come off. We're out of the ramp area. Let's go and get our taxi lights on, and then we'll ding the cabin. Let them know that we are taxiing for takeoff. Will be imminent. Last time you got 20K? Yeah, about 22K after the first like 5 days, something like that. It was some crazy numbers, man. I have them somewhere, but all I know is cap at 11 EST I will be downloading. Well, hopefully, man. You got to remember, the servers were, man, if it's anything like it was last year, the servers were, sorry, 4 years ago when 2020 came out, the servers were in absolute shambles. So we'll have to wait and see, man. Fingers crossed that's not the case, but we'll have to wait and see. Is there AI traffic in 2024 that's more realistic? Yes. I know that they went and got like a bunch of... they went and got a bunch of licensing. So like the default airplanes, when you have like live traffic turned on, the default airplanes are far more detailed because they actually went out and got licensing for all the major airlines that you see. Trying to decide what I want to do. Definitely A321, but can't decide the routing. For the first day? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think for our first day, we're going to jump into career mode. I think we're going to do career mode for a good couple hours. We're going to build up our pilot rank. We're going to, hopefully, so I can change my YouTube titles and let everybody know that I'm a real-world sim pilot. So we're going to be working on that. And then I think we'll probably take out the 330 because I think everybody, including myself, is very excited for the 330. I think we'll take the 330 out for a nice rip on Tuesday as well. And then we'll kind of just plan for the rest of the week. So, yeah. We are flexing 58 degrees. No need to toga. We're not too heavy. Only 159 passengers on board, so we're not too bad today. We're not pushing any MTOs or anything like that. Cap, do you think all add-ons will work straight away? No, they definitely won't, Arc. No, that's not. I wouldn't expect that at all, man. It's probably going to take a good month to 3 months to get all of your add-ons brought over. It's not going to be a immediate day one. But I think the good thing out of that is just that it'll allow us to kind of experiment with some of the default planes and see what iniBuilds has been cooking up and see how they're going. You know what I mean? I was just talking about that right now. I'm probably not going to load up 2024 right away. I mean, I still think there's reasons to load it up. I still think there's going to be some great aircraft available. But yeah, if you're expecting like the Fenix to work and the, you know, the PMDG or the iFly Max and stuff like that, no, it's probably not going to be working. Not right off the bat, at least. All right, let's go over to Unicom. State our intentions here. Oop, I'm on the wrong Unicom. There we go. Luton traffic, easy. 814 hotel, back taxi, runway 25, Luton. All right, pulling on to the runway. Single pilot ops, bear with me here. Landing lights are coming on, strobe lights are on, wing lights are on, nose light over to take off. And we'll get our nice little back taxi going here. Get ourselves set up for runway 25. Are you going to fly the default Max? Yeah, we'll probably try it, man. Yeah, there's a whole plethora of aircraft I think that we're going to be flying. Yeah. The marketplace purchases should work. Well, the marketplace isn't going to be available right away either, which leads me to believe I'm not quite sure how you're going to be able to download any of your marketplace aircraft when the marketplace isn't going to be working right away. They've already come out and said that it's going to be about I think it was 2 to 3 weeks for the marketplace to officially be a thing. Probably because they need to make a bunch of updates and stuff from their end as well, right? So yeah, I wouldn't be betting. I wouldn't be a betting man on that working right away. All right, friends, line ourselves up here. Luton traffic, easy 814 hotel, departing runway 25, Luton. All right, friends, y'all ready to rock and roll? Let's get it. Joystick cam is coming on. Sounds are going up. Enjoy, my friends. Throttles to 40%. Good. Slight nose down pressure on our side stick. Good. Chrono's on. Let's go flying. Manflex 58 SRS runway auto thrust blue. Takeoff power is set. Airspeed is alive. .100 knots, we're neutral. V1 rotate. Positive rate, gear up. Throttles to climb. God, I love those sounds, man. Incredible. Flying over in the UK, man, it looks so good. The terrain is just so different than like North America. It's absolutely beautiful. Coming up on 4,000 feet, autopilot's going on. I'm being lazy today, friends. Up back into the flight deck. Let the aircraft deal with all these restrictions, not me. Alrighty, and there's 210. We'll go flaps clean. Nice view of that being cleaned up there. Good. A little bit bouncy. Feels like the 319, 321 rotates and lifts off so much smoother. The 19 and the 20 lifts off smoother than the 321. I don't know. You ready to spend 2 hours configuring settings on Tuesday? Of course. It's the name of the game, man. I mean, it should be pretty easy. Probably have to change some, like, normal things around, but yeah. Just hoping for the better performance of 2024 so that PC upgrade can wait. I agree. Yeah. Cap, any advice for first timer on first day on Tuesday? Heck, I remember discs and CDs. Just be patient, man. Just be patient with the download process. Don't get too upset. If you got to walk away from the PC for a bit, walk away from the PC. Just let it do its thing, man. You don't want to start off with a corrupt installation, so just make sure that the install process and everything is looking good. Finished my first Faten flight earlier today. Glad I did it. Second flight right now, flying above Belfast. Nice, very cool, man. Not exactly. You haven't seen when it looks like a trampoline. Oh, we've seen it. We saw it the other day. It was bouncing all over the place. Bouncy, bouncy. When flying the 380 at Luton, Toga would be useful if flaps won. The 380? I don't think the 380 ever goes to Luton, does it? That would be kind of crazy. Cap, what version of the sim do you recommend getting? Probably the Premium Deluxe. And then if there's any airplane that you want that is not included in the Premium Deluxe, you can just go and buy it, right? They've already said that that's going to happen. So iFly Max just dropped a full release and it only took a month. Correct. Yeah, it looks fantastic from what I've seen so far. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. All right, there's the climb up to 6,000, and then we've got our 6,000 foot restriction until Olney, and then after Olney we can go ahead and climb up above 6,000 feet. So what we'll do is we'll plug our cruise altitude. We'll bug up 36,000 feet. That is our cruise altitude today. But we'll adhere to those restrictions because we're good pilots and we're flying on VATSIM. Oh, the A330. Got you. What version will you buy? Steam or Xbox? Steam all day long. Now, I'd also like to point out I will be receiving a review copy of the simulator. So I personally am not buying, pardon me, buying my copy or version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. It is being sent to me by the team over at Microsoft for my work that I did with the preview event in Arizona. But I asked them for a Steam key. They offered a Microsoft Store key or a Steam key, and I immediately requested a Steam key. So I would personally always go with the Steam keys. The reason that I say that is it is infinitely times easier to edit file structures and stuff like that. Whenever you buy something from the Microsoft Store, they really lock down the file structure, and it can make it a little bit difficult sometimes if you have to install something and it's not installing correctly. And yeah, I would say everybody, if you're looking to purchase Microsoft 2024, I would be purchasing it on Steam. Yeah. When Bluebird 77 comes out, it can also do 2 flights to Luton for 77 for maintenance. Sure. When coming in on Unicom, do I announce my descent via Star like I would with ATC? I mean, it depends, man. Hear me out, Extinct, all right? Like, I'm not... You have some pilots that do that, and if they want to do that, that's fine. I think that that's just kind of silly. If there's nobody around you, what's the point in announcing your intentions, right? Like, if you've got multiple aircraft in the same little sector as you doing the same flight, then yeah, it would probably be courteous to let them know, you know, hey guys, I'm starting my... But like, as far as like normal just flying on VATSIM, really the only calls that I make are like 15-mile final, 5-mile final, short final, and even that's a little bit crazy. Usually I'll call like a 10-mile final and then a 5-mile final, and that's pretty much it. And that's just to advise the traffic around the airport. I don't necessarily think that you need to advise everybody on the Unicom frequency that you're starting your descent into said airport. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Problem is I started on Xbox, so all my series and stuff are on the Xbox app side. If I switch to Steam, it doesn't transfer. Yeah, that's interesting as well. That could definitely be a reason to keep, you know, going the Microsoft Store route. What happens to add-ons you bought on the marketplace with the MS Store version? Will you get them on Steam if you move over to 2024? That's a great question. I don't know if I can answer that for you, Mats. I feel like that's probably got to be a developer question, and I feel like it's probably already been asked. So maybe go over to the Microsoft website, go to the FAQ section, and see if somebody's already answered that one. What planes is iniBuilds releasing for the new simulator? That's a great question. We can actually go over that right now if you would like. They made a post in the iniBuilds official Discord if you haven't seen it already. Where was it? I was just looking at it. Or maybe they sent it in an email. Excuse me. Let me see if it was sent. I think it was sent in an email I could probably share with you guys. Where is it? iniBuilds. New Sim Week. So they've got the Beluga XL, the A400M Atlas, the A330-200, the A330-300, the A321LR, and the A330P2F. So 3 versions of a 330, a Beluga XL, which is going to be badass to fly again, an A321LR, and an A400M Atlas. And I believe the A330P2F is the freighter variant. So, yeah. Do I use a color filter? I do not. No. It indeed was answered on the FAQs. Good news. Are you going to stream right when 2024 comes out, or are you going to get yourself familiar with it a day before you stream it? No. We're jumping balls in, man. Balls to the wall. We're jumping straight into it. Straight into her. 10,000 feet. Landing lights are off. We'll keep the seatbelt signs on. We might get a couple bumps here from this, from some of these clouds. But no, we're jumping right into it, man. Day one. Hopefully within the first hour when it releases, we should be live. Going right into it, man. We're going to start our pilot career. I'm going to become the best real-world flight sim captain you've ever seen. Yes, sir. What platforms for having 2020 to MS Store and 2024 on Steam will my purchases transfer over? Yes, your purchases will follow you as you sign in using the same Xbox Live account. Great news. There you go, man. Great news. Balls in. Sounds good. Nice. Setup views is going to take like 5 hours with all those planes. Maybe. It depends what... I can't remember if they use the same... I'm still not sure if they're going to offer us an option to just take our 2020 commands and bump those over. I still hope that that's a thing. I still hope that maybe eventually... Maybe not eventually. Maybe from the beginning we should be able to like port over our controls. I don't know if that's going to happen, but... One can only hope. Fingers can be crossed, chat. All right, friends, time for a nice little stretch. Let's get some tunes bumping. We got no ATC, so we might as well just jam some tunes, right? On our way to Belfast. Not a long flight. Scheduled at 53 minutes on the flight time. Sorry, 54 minutes on the flight time today, so... wait, I can see it in a year now. Captain Canada's Microsoft Top Gun. Highly doubt that, but... we'll grab it by launches and hump it in a submission. There you go. iniBuilds made all those and are going to release the 350? Correct. Yeah, dude, iniBuilds isn't playing around, man. When I said that iniBuilds is one of the, in my opinion, biggest developers right now for Microsoft, I wholeheartedly mean that. These guys aren't playing around, dude. They ain't here to play around. Xander, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Have you ever done a flight into EGPD Aberdeen? Yes, of course. Yeah. So happy we won't have to select the control profile for each aircraft in 2024. I have so many damn aircraft add-ons and scrolling through them all takes forever. There you go, man. Yeah. Could use some British Airways ops of the 321neo, including, well, it's not the 321neo, Boeing fan. Just make sure you remember that. It's the A321LR. It's not the XLR or the Neo. It's the A321LR. Is the AOA normally 20 degrees on takeoff? Depends. Depends on your weights and balances and yeah. Why pre-order the sim? I mean, realistically, the only reason to pre-order, Ken, was because you got an extra aircraft. There was an aircraft that if you pre-ordered, you could get it in 2020 right now. Well, up a month and a half, 2 months ago. Yeah, the A321LR is a Neo. Is it confirmed to be a Neo? I've heard so many like different things. People saying it's not a Neo, it is a Neo. A321LR. Airbus A321LR. It's got the CFM 56s on it though, man. I don't think it's a Neo, dude. I don't know. I could be wrong. Well, no, Air Transat has it. Like the A321, okay, no, it is. The Neo version of the A321LR is still commonly seen on regional flights. The 321LR is a game changer. Airbus installed 3 auxiliary fuel tanks on the aircraft when they rolled them out 9 years ago. The LR version has similar range compared to a 757-200, meaning it's capable of cross-Atlantic flights. Interesting. Well, great news. Finally, we'll actually get a good 330. Yes, very excited for that. Very excited. They did a stream on Twitch showing it off. Nice. Okay, cool. Very cool then. Tom, what's up, man? 16 months has got to love that LPMA scenery ago. Yes, we do. Eventually, we'll get to it. We've got a crazy week here coming up, man, but I'm sure we'll get to it. Would you buy the FS Labs A321? I got to be honest with you, Diego. I mean, there's not really much point in me buying that aircraft. I've already got the Fenix. We've got a default A321 Neo now coming as well. Loey's going tomorrow. Yeah, we're checking out iniBuilds-Luton tomorrow. We also have a giveaway. I have a copy to give away to you guys. So Innsbruck is tomorrow. iniBuilds Innsbruck. Weather's horrible there now. The winds are nuts as usual. Yeah, that time of the year. I was used to taking off 15 degrees AOA. How do I know what it should be? Follow your flight directors, Jacob. That's really all you can do, man. Follow your flight directors, man. Are you getting new game? Yes, Ethan. Circle to land 08. I mean, if the winds are favoring the circle to land, obviously we'll do it. Absolutely, man. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to think about the FS Labs. I know they make great aircraft, but I you know, with the new sim coming out and God knows what they're going to charge for their 321. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any flight training experience? I do not. No. Thinking FS Labs might be releasing the 321 just to prepare for the Concorde because that's the only thing we are missing in the sim. Well, that wouldn't make much sense. I don't get that. I don't know why they would release an A321 in prep for a Concorde. Wouldn't you think it would make more sense if we really need a Concorde? It's the only thing missing. Wouldn't they go, you know, all in on a Concorde? I don't know. Just seems a little bit weird. Ken, 23 months, 1 more month. My man. Huge no floaties to you, Ken. Thank you very much for the continued support, sir. Appreciate you, my friend. Thank you, man. Don't we have a Concorde? I don't know if we do. Do you think iniBuilds 321 will be better than the Fenix? I have no clue, man. I have no clue. We don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. What's on the giveaway? Tomorrow, iniBuilds-Innsbruck, the new scenery that they just released. We do need a Dash 8. We need that A320, man. Those are two airplanes that I am very much looking forward to. Probably on top of my list of things looking forward to. Yeah, the FlyJ Sim Dash 8 is probably one of the better airplanes in X-Plane, for sure. Yeah. So you get the firefighter aircraft now if you pre-order 2024 before release. There you go. Yeah. iniBuilds doing all these projects just shows the size of the team. They are massive. Trust me, as somebody that works with them behind the scenes and has a little bit of privy to access to some of the stuff that they're working on, yeah, it's crazy. Mohammed, 50 months as a first-class member, says, greetings, Captain. Hope you're doing well. Can't wait for launch day. Cheers. Going to be an exciting day, man. Going to be an exciting day. I think it's going to be an exciting week, to be honest with you. My plan is right now, obviously we've got Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so I'll be live for the next 4 days. Obviously today in 2020, tomorrow in 2020, Monday in 2020. Tuesday will be in the new sim. I'm going to take Wednesday off because Tuesday is probably going to be a 10 plus hour stream. So take Wednesday off and then we'll be back Thursday. I don't think we'll get 2 streams on Thursday. Again, I think it's just going to be one big elongated stream on Thursday. We'll probably be live for a good 6, 8, 10 hours on Thursday as well. Friday I'm off. I have to go to Montreal for Thrustmaster. There will be no stream on Saturday because I'm spending the night in Montreal with the fiance. Thrustmaster has put us up in a hotel for the night. Thank you, Thrustmaster. So no stream on Saturday, and then we'll be back Sunday, Monday. So yeah. What plane are you going to fly on Tuesday? Probably a lot of planes, Joshua. I think for the first little bit on Tuesday, we're gonna dive deep into the career mode, and we'll go from there. Hello, Mr. Mopar. Do you recommend to have the Fenix cabin on or off? There is no difference, Ada. There is no difference. The only difference is when you're trying to set wing views and stuff like that. Where should I fly from? Athens? Depends how long of a flight you want. Maverick, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Isn't it someone's birthday this week also? It's my grandmother's birthday today, and it was my mom's birthday last week. So yes, I'm going out for dinner this evening. I have to leave here 3:30, 4 o'clock. Yeah. You can turn the cabin off. Correct. You can turn it. He was asking if there's any difference between it on or off. Should you pre-order? That's up to you, Andy. Really up to you, man. I don't think there's much of a difference. Can we go on VATSIM as soon as 2024 comes out? Depends how fast depends how fast VPilot gets updated. Cap, when we're connected to VATSIM, isn't it necessary that everyone should have the same scenery for taxiing on the airport? Well, that's impossible. VATSIM covers a plethora of simulators, a bunch of different sceneries. No, it's not required that everybody has the exact same scenery. Short flight from Athens. You could go to Skathos. You could go to... what's that one that we like that's another little island? Fly Tampa makes it. Can't remember. Corfu? Corfu to Athens is a good one. Default any Airbus or not 100% payware quality, not CPDLC. I mean, sure. I don't use CPDLC, so to me that's a non-factor, Diego. Complete non-factor. All you are required to do is have up-to-date charts, otherwise ATC will ask you to disconnect. Yeah, well, nav data as well, right? Up-to-date nav data, I feel like, is pretty, is something you should probably consider as well. Take care, Jacob. Cap, how do you see every aircraft on VATSIM? Do you have to download every plane and every livery? No, you download what's called model matching. So if you put !MM in chat for model matching, Nightbot will provide a command for you. Mr. Mopar Dude, 5 gifted members to the channel. Huge no floaties to you, my friend. Thank you very much for the continued support of the channel. Everybody, let's get some love for Mr. Mopar Dude. And if you did get a gifted membership, please make sure you say thank you in chat. Thank you, Mr. Mopar Dude. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind, my amigo. Incredibly kind. Mr. Midnight Maverick, 38 months. It's 38 months. Let's go. Only 351 days to World Flight 2025. This guy, man. He's already ready, chat. Ready to go. All right, so now that we're reaching cruise altitude, somebody was saying they use a cost index of 9 once they get up to cruise altitude. So we can go back to our NIT. Once we hit that cruise, 36,000 feet, there it is. We'll bump to cost index 9. I don't know if that's going to do much for our cruise, but we'll go to cost index 9. How much is 2024? Sasha, open up Steam and see how much, man. Depends. There's different tiers of it. 20 years ago, I never thought people would say my YouTube name like you do. Mopar Dude. Nope. Somebody was saying they use a cost index of 0 on crew or on climb, and then a cost index of 9 once they get up to cruise altitude. But if I'm being 100% honest with you guys, who fucking cares? Sorry, just had to get that out there. It doesn't matter. We're in flight sim, man. I'm just doing my best to appease the crowd that was in here earlier trying to tell me how to fly my airplane. So it really doesn't matter. What is the cost index? In layman's terms, cost index means it's like performance to fuel burn ratio. So how fast the aircraft goes versus how much fuel you burn. And they change it all the time based off of, like, if an airplane's running late and they need to make up some time in cruise, they'll use a higher cost index, give better performance. If there's like a heavy wind and they need to conserve fuel, they'll use a lower cost index. It's one of those weird things, and it's usually done by operation, so it's done by the company. Most of the time the pilots aren't the ones that get like choose like, oh, I'm just going to use a cost index of 45 today. Usually it's done by the dispatch, and it's taken care of, and the pilots are just using that based off that. About to go eat at that Mexican restaurant again for breakfast. Dude, that shit was so good, Maverick. My goodness. Absolutely delicious. Can you get a cherry Coke for me? Be careful, Captain. You might get canceled. It's okay. Where did you learn to read charts? By just practicing, man. Practice, practice, practice. What is the highest cost index? Probably 999. 999. Does Taxicam work? It does not. No. Dude, JJ, this was like authentic Mexican cherry Coke. Dude, ask Daniel Barry. He'll tell you all about it. Incredible, man. Mopar. Daniel, 52 months. Huge no floaties to you, man. Says, hello, Cap. Can't wait for 2024. It's going to be epic, man. Huge no floaties to you, dude. Thank you very much for support. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, dude. Cheese is good. Yeah, but not right in the middle. Mopar wants the cheese spread around. Damn, now I want to try it. It's my local spot. Is it a local spot to Mav and Cali? It is, yes. Yeah. See. To be fair, anything that is cherry flavored soda is amazing. I mean, dude, that Mexican proper, not corn syrup soda, so good, man. So good. All right, friends, top of drop is coming up. Jesus, it already wants us to enter our descent data. 55 miles till top of drop. So let's go ahead and throw in some numbers here. Let's pull open our charts. You can see some of the airplanes here flying along. EGAA weather. Winds are 290 at 11 knots now. Slightly better for our runway 25. Still going to be a nice quartering crosswind. So 290 at 11, good. Temperatures, 7 degrees and 1016. 7 degrees, 1016, good. And our barrel minimums in the ILS runway 25 will be on the ILS 468. 468. Throw that into our barrel mins, good. All right, Chen. 52 miles, ready to go. Who doesn't love some Mexican cherry Coke, dude? So good. Ooh, just had an airplane literally fly right by us. Descend. Descend now. He was 1,000 feet beneath us, apparently, or he is now. Looks like we kind of crossed paths there. I don't know, I'm not American, so we don't use corn syrup here in the UK, but God knows what Sherry Fanta and Sherry Coke are unreal here. Most likely. Yeah, I mean, soda around the world outside of North America is usually pretty damn good, if I'm being honest with you. It's us North Americans that love that fucking nasty corn syrup. I actually liked referring to it as cancer syrup. Wonder why cancers are through the roof in North America. Do you have Pepsi Max? We do have Pepsi Max, yeah. Coke Zero, Pepsi Max, all that fun stuff. It's going to tell us that we're late. That's just because I have the time set back. Lufthansa 23 Super, thank you for 19 months. Z-Cap, been a while. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks so much for the continued support, dude. Appreciate you. Cap, I tried a Coke from a different country and it tastes like maple syrup. I forgot which country it was. Probably Canada. We have maple Coke. No joke. Maple syrup. It's maple flavored Coca-Cola. When are you going to fly the new Salty? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I ever will, to be honest with you. Daniel Barry. 5 gifted members to the channel. Thank you very much, my friend. Appreciate you. Huge no floaties to you. Guys, get some love and chat for Mr. Daniel Barry. Thank you very much, Dan. Appreciate you. Incredibly kind. Thank you, man. Remember, guys, if you haven't done so, there's over 250 of you in here right now, and we barely have 100 likes. If you haven't done so, please do me a huge favor and smash down that thumbs up button, my friends. We've got a lot to look forward to here in the next couple of days. If you're just tuning in now, we've got Innsbruck on the docket for tomorrow. Not quite sure what we're doing on Monday, but Innsbruck tomorrow. Probably back to the US on Monday. And then we've got the release of Microsoft 2024 on Tuesday. It's going to be a busy week here, friends. It's going to be a very busy week on the channel. Looking forward to it, man. We haven't had a busy week like this in a while. I don't know why I have this myth, but do Canadians put maple syrup on everything? They don't. Cartoons and everybody else would have you believe that we do, but we don't. Thoughts on the Windwing rudder pedals? Meh. Not for me. Can Innsbruck handle a 380? No. The biggest airplane I think that gets sent in there is a 757-200. Yes, we do. I mean, depends, I guess. As a real Canadian, what's your opinion on Tim Hortons? We know in the UK and tried maple donuts and it just tasted sugar. Tim Hortons is trash. Now, Tim Hortons 10 years ago, fantastic. 10, 15 years ago, Tim Hortons was good. About, I would say, 6 to 8 years ago, Tim Hortons was bought by the same company that owns Burger King. I forget what their name is, but, and they turned it into a, it's not what it used to be. Tim Hortons, they used to have bakers, and they used to actually make all of their baked goods, their donuts, their croissants, their breads, everything was made in-house, and that's what made Tim Hortons great. You'd get a fresh donut. It would still be warm. Now, everything's frozen. Everything's made at a factory, flash frozen, sent in, thawed, that's the word I'm looking for, and put on a shelf. It is not good. I avoid Tim Hortons if I can. The donuts taste like plastic now because they're just sent in big plastic trays and frozen, and it's, yeah, no bueno. No bueno now. Defraud, you got that right. Oh, man. Yeah, and you ask any Canadian that is old enough to remember what Tim Hortons was like 10, 15, 20 years ago, I have a feeling that they will all agree with me. It is not what it used to be. Not at all. 22 miles till drop, friends. Let's have a quick little look-see here at our approach. 2,500 to intercept, so we'll take her down to 3,000 initially, and then we'll go from there. 3,000 is in. It's the McDonald's of donut shops? Correct. Yeah. But you know, there's been a bunch of, I don't know where you guys live, but like where I live now, there's been a huge rise of, we have Suzy Q's donuts. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of those. Suzy Q. We've got Maverick donuts. We have a bunch of like new donut shops and stuff. So for Belfast, use the Bell 1 transition for Cat C aircraft and Bell 2 for others. Ada, we're just doing a vector, man. I'm not gonna fly a procedural turn with no ATC and traffic on. I'm just gonna radar vector myself to short final, man. When I was growing up, they hired actual bakers to do their baking. Yeah, absolutely, Dan. I even remember that, dude. They'd have their complete white uniforms, and they'd be in the back, and you'd smell it as soon as you came in. You could smell the fresh stuff going on. Maverick Donuts got into Canadian business. Yeah, they're here. We have a couple of them in this city, Wayward. Suzy Q is by far the best. If you want a donut and like an actual donut, you go to Suzy Q. Suzy Q does not fuck around, and their donuts are spectacular. Shh, it's my secret donuts. Still going to do real ops in 2024. Is career mode going to be the way to go? On Tuesday, we're probably going to deep dive into career mode, Tisserman. But by the end of the week, I'm sure we're going to be doing some long hauls in the 330, doing some real ops and stuff like that. Just switched back to DX11 from DX12 with frame gen. I feel performance much better than frame gen. Interesting. If you ever come to visit, I'll have to take you to some of the mom and pop places around here like donut shops. Yes. Yes, yes. Dude, Krispy Kreme is so good, but it gives me the worst indigestion. Love me a good Krispy Kreme, but oh, my body doesn't like it. There were two things on this trip to California that really gave me terrible indigestion, was Raising Cane's and Krispy Kreme. Those were the two things that were quite difficult on the digestive tract. Dunkin' has gone down. I mean, it's pretty much the McDonald's of coffee, and isn't it? Your body was probably in shock. It's no factor meal. It's okay. After Mopar made me eat In-N-Out 7 times in a week, I think my body was like, this is definitely not factor meals. Probably didn't help that we force-fed Maverick a donut for donations on the World Flight. 2, actually. He did 2. About to drive into this Mexican food. We'll be back. Enjoy, man. I'm jealous. Enjoy that, dude. It's going to be delicious. Grew up right down the road from original Krispy Kreme. I'll forever choose Krispy Kreme over any other donut brand. I mean, they're delicious, dude. Don't get me wrong. I love a Krispy Kreme donut. It's just my body does not enjoy them. My body is like, nope. It's Mr. In-N-Out. I know, he should probably change his YouTube name to just In-N-Out. He had it 9 times in 7 days. Let that sink in, friends. 9 times in 7 days. That means on more than one occasion, he had it twice in 1 day. Let that sink in, Mr. Mopar. It was not enough. Dude, come on. There were some times where we were like, okay, like enough. We did not get Chick-fil-A this time. Now, I have Chick-fil-A where I live, and I can go and get Chick-fil-A right now if I wanted to. So I think that's what's going on. Mopar has a problem. In-N-Out is not that bad. True. In-N-Out is delicious. It is good, but that's a little bit excessive. Mopar had some amazing landings in World Flight while on the Zaza. Dude, this guy was an edible dispensary machine. No, it is delicious, Maverick. It is by far the best burger that you can get. There's no other chain that does it as fresh and as like hot and ready for you. Yeah. Your Microsoft account got hacked and deleted. Who would do this? That doesn't make much sense. How do you delete a Microsoft account without, you don't have like 2-factor authentication on and stuff? Lessons are going to be learned. Gap, do you have a Steak and Shake? No. No Steak and Shake and no Shake Shack. Now, Five Guys is absolutely delicious, but I feel like I'm being bent over and taken out on a second date when I go to Five Guys. $32 for a fry, a burger, and a drink. Get the fuck out of here, man. That's fucking bananas, dude. $30-something for a hamburger. Come on. It's crazy. They bring FSXO to Atlanta. I'll make sure you go to the Dwarf House where Chick-fil-A started. Course then barbecue. That can be arranged. Have you seen the threat about BM World and AMSIM? I don't care, man. I don't care, dude. I don't care what these developers want to do. They should just go fight by themselves. I don't know, man. It affects me in zero ways. Five Guys has had their hand in your pocket when doors are open. True. Yeah. Get a small Cajun fry or something. They fill half the damn bag. I mean, that's what I do. I get, what is it? The bacon cheeseburger all the way. Remove grilled onions. Replace with raw onions. And then a small Cajun fry and usually a drink. Even a bottle of water costs $4 there. Kansas City barbecue is the best in the country. End of discussion. I don't know, man. We had that Texas barbecue and that shit was, man, I want to say life-changing. The Texas barbecue that we had when we were in Houston was, and we didn't even go to one of the social media crazed barbecue point. We just went to a regular barbecue joint. That shit was wow. Sunset departure. We can make it set it up so it's sunset. Sure. Apparently, a southwest out of K-Dal was shot at as well. Really? Jesus. What's the best cheap pizza chain? That's going to be subject to. Depends, man. I mean, if I'm going with a pizza shop, usually I want to go to mom and pop. Mom and pop pizza shops are by far the best. Chain pizza is, well, chain pizza, right? Made a brisket last weekend, lasted 2 days. Oh, baby. Nice. What was Mopar's recap of his Make-A-Wish? More In-N-Out. I think that was his wish, that they would put an In-N-Out in Chicago. Probably not the wisest idea to shoot at a plane, but hey, that's just me. And that's coming from someone who lives in Florida. You guys aren't... Chemical balance is a little bit weird down there, isn't it? As a KC native, KC barbecue does it unbiased. Interesting. 14 hours on the smoker? Ooh. Pizza Hut buffet is still the best. Do you guys still have Pizza Hut buffets? They don't have that here anymore. That stopped years ago. All the Pizza Huts that had buffets have all closed down. We don't have Pizza Hut buffets here anymore. More In-N-Out, and really happy that we're able to raise over $16K for the kids. Agreed. Yes. Casey is great. Grew up here in Atlanta. Mom and Pop's barbecue. The South is the way. Of course, they're going by the side. Kids don't want to carry on. Interesting. If I had to choose a fast food pizza, I'm probably going to go Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut or Domino's. I think I'm going Pizza Hut. There's something about Pizza Hut, man, with that orange grease that they put on everything. Man, their crust is so good. Papa John's is good too. The Shakaroni pizza could crush one of those. Domino's? Domino's is okay. Maybe it's just different here in Canada, but I feel like Pizza Hut has to be like the one. Little Caesars is okay, but I don't think they're at the same level as Pizza Hut, man. Have one last buffet open here, but it's on its last legs. It still does the $10 all-you-can-eat. Damn. Man, I remember being a kid, dude. It was like Christmas when your parents would tell you you're going to Pizza Hut for the buffet. Oh, buddy. The dessert pizza? Come on. Come on. The strawberry and the apple crisp dessert pizza? Oh. Or was it cherry? I think it was cherry, wasn't it? Cherry and apple something? Man. In-N-Out and a train station combo. Probably never getting Mopar back. Very true. Next year we're going to Golden Corral. Sure. Remember inspiring some elderly folk while eating a Pizza Hut buffet. There you go. See? Do you have Jet Pizza in Canada? Not that I'm aware of. We might. Not where I am. We don't have the dessert pizza in the UK, but we have the buffets. Interesting. You don't get the dessert pizzas? That was like the best part of going to Pizza Hut as a kid. Dude, we had a chain back here in the day called Upper Crust Stuffed Pizza. It was awesome. I mean, come on, we're in the South. Pizza not like up in New York City or Chicago. True, yeah. Golden Corral is hot garbage. Mopar really wanted us to go to Golden Corral while we were in California this year. I think he wants to go for the nostalgia. I remember going to Golden Corral as a kid when I would visit my grandparents and great-grandparents in Florida. We'd always go to Olive Garden or Golden Corral. Those were like the two places my great-grandparents always wanted to go. I don't know if Canada had any, but Alfie's had their half-price pizza lunch. It was always a nice treat during the summers. I don't remember Alfie's, no. Now I'm going to order a pizza. I'm going out to a super fancy restaurant tonight. I haven't even looked at the menu. I don't know what they have. I don't know what I'm going to get. Apparently they have like everything. We have one in TO called Pizza Aioli. You can walk by without going in. They blow the aroma out the windows. I like that. Growing up, my parents took my sister and cousin and myself to Pizza Hut. They got Supreme, and she screamed, "Why were there cockroaches on the pizza? Because of the olives." Oh, Jesus. Cap's gonna eat couscous tonight? No. You going to a Denis? Do I like seafood? Love seafood. Love seafood. We actually, Mopar, Dan, and myself actually went to a really nice seafood restaurant while we were out in San Diego. It was delicious. After Pizza Hut, went Domino style, freeze-drying dough. I missed the homemade crust pan Pizza Hut. See, I don't eat enough of that pizza to tell the difference, to be honest with you. Dan. I see food, I eat it. That's my seafood. Nice. If it's fancy, ask them to do a taster plate of each item. I wish, dude. That'll be $350, please. Man, the wife always wants to go to Red Lobster. I'm like, honey, we have a local place in Macon that buys fresh seafood on the coast and drives it up to the restaurant every week. I mean, that would be the one to go to. That's for sure. John Boy, 48 months, 4 years. My man, you are the second 4-year member today. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you very much for support. I really do appreciate you, man. Thank you. Yes, correct, Mopar. It was delicious, dude. We got some lobster rolls. It was fantastic. The calamari was incredible. With that sauce, that homemade sauce that they put with the calamari. Oh, dude. They catch lobster in Cali? I don't think so. Maybe the blue spine lobsters or something off the coast, I think, isn't there? I don't know. CST, my man, coming in with 5 gifted members as well. Holy macaroni. I feel like we're having a World Flight reunion with members here today. Huge no floaties to you, Mr. CST. Thank you for the continued support, man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you. If you come to Seattle for Flight Sim, you guys should get fish and chips and clam chowder, of course. I mean, we're going down to Rhode Island next year. Come on. Rhode Island has to be known for the seafood, right? I feel like they have to. Well, I'm going to remove Belzu. I'm going to do that, like that. I'm going to insert that. That's going to give us a little bit more direct too. And I'm going to go back into Manage Descent, and I'm going to throw out my ground spoilers, because we're going to be a little bit high up on the approach. We'll get ourselves down now. Yeah, Rhode Island, dude.
Robot, just to give you separation from myself.
Have you tried the updated iFly? I have not. No. Have you tried fried chicken tikka with garlic naan, Indian style? Dude, I love Indian food. They have. I actually went out for Indian food with my mom right before I left for World Flight, literally the day before. Does the 737-600 fly in the US, or is it just yeah, not, I don't think there's any airlines that operate it anymore. Burger King and McDonald's, depends how I'm feeling. I mean, you got the Whopper meal on one end, and then you got a Big Mac meal on the other. Those are two fantastic sandwiches if you're in the mood for it. I probably lean more towards Burger King with the Whopper meal, But I don't know, man. Sometimes McDonald's, like a McDonald's Big Mac is just, it's what's required, you know? What flavor of indigestion do you want? Got that right, man. Jesus. You got that right. The BK broiler? What's that? Love the new Max update? Nice. Either one, the end result is explosive. Stop, bro. I'm hungry now. Best Indian food I've ever had, believe it or not, was in Japan. I believe it, man. The spices. That's what it comes down to, CST. The one thing that I've noticed, being an Indian cuisine aficionado here, I like to go to the different Indian spots and try out their curries and their butter chickens and their naans and stuff like that. One thing that I've noticed is it really comes down to the spices and the tomatoes that they use, like the tomato paste. There's one of them, the fiance's family loves going to it because they've been going to it for like 25 years, blah, blah, blah. But they use like shitty no-name, and I can tell the difference immediately. When I go there versus like going to a place that I would usually go to, it comes down to the spices and the ingredients that are being used. 100%. Big Mac is good going in, but a pain coming out. I can't remember the last time I had a Big Mac at McDonald's, man. I had, the fiance and I were out a couple weeks ago, and they have a new cheeseburger at McDonald's here called the Cheeseburger Deluxe. And we stopped and got a little snack, and we each got a Cheeseburger Deluxe, and it was fantastic. I don't really get McDonald's all that much, to be honest with you. 10,000 feet, landing lights are on. Ding the cabin. We'll pause our music here momentarily, chat. We're just going to finish up this song. It's done in 30 seconds. And then we'll get fully invested here in our approach into Belfast. Can I have a look-see around and see if there's anybody else coming in? Oh, boy. Okay, we've got somebody holding short. That's us. We've got traffic behind us. We should be good. All right. Pause the music. Get our sim sounds up. And we're looking to get ourselves back on track. We're still a little bit above profile. That's fine. We got our ground spoilers out, doing the best that we can. Down here, McDonald's came up with the Big Mac chicken. You know what's funny? We actually had that first, Ray. We had that last year. And then they took it off the menu. Everything is better overseas, CST. Because they don't put the preservatives in the garbage that they put in here. Remember when I said that sometimes it feels like the government's trying to kill us? So with what they allow and the bullshit that they allow in the food. 1016 on the QNH. It's weird, Ray. It's like chicken nugget patties made bigger and then put on a Big Mac. It's not bad, but like I don't know if it's something that I would run to get again. I had KFC in Iceland. It brought me back to when I was a kid. It was the same. Landed smoothly into Gatwick with the Avro RJ. Nice. Very cool. Alright, I am going to activate approach phase. Get that ready to go. We're on glide path now as well, so ground spoilers can go in and get armed. We've got auto brake low set as well. Little bit of bump coming in. KFC's gross. I call it dirty chicken. If I go to KFC, I never get the chicken. I go to KFC to get the Big Crunch combo. That shit slaps, dude. It's almost impossible to fuck up but they also have the spicy famous chicken sandwich or something. Delicious. It's got like spicy mayo, bread and butter, sweet pickles, big old, yeah. I didn't have breakfast this morning. I am hungry too. I'm trying to hold off for going to the restaurant tonight.
815 Tango, Airborne, passing 1500 feet, left turn direct, Luton.
Alright, we're going to go Loc armed. Belfast traffic, easy, 814 hotel, 10 mile funnel, runway 25, Belfast. Only get KFC for the flamin' hot wraps. We have the twisters here. Those are pretty good too if you want like a wrap. A little twister. Jollibee. We have Jollibee here. I haven't tried it yet, but Cap, you watched the fight last night? Dude.
2,500.
That was fucking embarrassing, CST. Like, I don't even... Do we even call that a fight? Flaps 1. Arm approach. Glide slope will be captured here in a second. There's our glide slope. Beautiful descent in. I mean, I don't know what people were expecting. Mike Tyson is literally 58 years old. Probably has CTC and everything else. But yeah, that was... yeah. No joke, Jollibee is so good. You have to try it. I'll definitely try it. Yeah. We have a couple locations here now. Can't believe people actually watched that fight. I mean, we were in the middle of playing Call of Duty and we were like, you know what, fuck it. Let's watch it. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Let's give it a watch. And boy. Yeah. It was that was an interesting one, that's for sure. Alright, gears down. We're not slowing down. Here we go. Now we're slowing down. Trending down. Runway turnoffs, nose lights, and wing lights are going on. We're at about a 6.5 mile final. Speed check, flaps 2. Slow her down nicely now, friends. There we go. Belfast traffic easy. 814 hotel, 5 mile final, runway 25, Belfast. Mike used to be a bad man. Dude, he's fucking 60 years old, man. I mean, he looked like he was toast after the first 2 rounds. 4 minutes, done. And I mean, half the time he was just standing there biting his glove and doing weird Mike Tyson shit. Flaps full. Joystick cam's coming on. We got that nasty crosswind right now, chat. 25 knots and gusting. This should be a spicy arrival. And it's my bad crosswind. Can't speak apparently. 1,000 feet, my airplane. Show the arrival, friends. Sounds are up. Apparently he's done that his whole career, Dan. He bites on his gloves when he fights. Wind is kind of calming down now, 17 knots. All stretched out, my man. He also bites ears. Yes, he does.
500.
500 check. That wind is gusting, friends.
$300. 100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Definitely going to need some left rudder
100.
correction here.
Fly slow.
Yeah.
40. 30. 20. Retard. 5.
Correction. Beautiful. Nose down gently. Oh my goodness. Reversers are out. Decelerating. That wind is all over the place. Jesus. 70 knots, reverser stowed. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Belfast. That was spicy, to say the least. It maintains center line. A little bit squirrely after touchdown, but that's just Microsoft's ground handling. Feels like you're on ice skates. Not bad, though. I'm happy with that one. 160 right in the touchdown zone. I am okay with that. Belfast traffic, easy 814 hotel, vacated runway 25, Belfast. Alright, vacate the runway to the right for the traffic behind us. Looking good, friends. Looking good. Beauty. Clean up the ground spoilers, clean up the flaps. Go and get ourselves parked up at the stand. Wonderful. Landing lights can come off. Our runway turn-offs off. Nose light over to taxi. Strobe lights off. Wing lights off. APU master start switch goes on. Parking stands today. Let's go up to 18 because I think that's a walkout. So we'll stand 18. Gates 18. No. Good. Erratic glide slope warnings are really obnoxious. I don't know why it does them when you're so low. Like, I feel like with under 100 feet or 200 feet, it shouldn't be glide slope, because you don't get any of the call-outs, right? But I felt that was a good landing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that one. It's crazy to me how different this aircraft flies compared to the A321. So we just spent the last couple streams flying the 321, and I mean, that thing you barely need to flare. It just kind of like boop, sits itself down so nicely. The 320 and the 319, you really got to have some flare in on that. Really does. But I'm happy with that one. It was a great landing, especially under the circumstances. I mean, that was 17 to 22 knot gusting crosswind, and we maintained center line. I'd say better than most. Wasn't bad. A little bit squirrely after touchdown. Remember, guys, if you did enjoy that, please don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. We're looking for 250 likes today. There was almost 350 people watching that landing, so one would think we'd be good. Probably has to do with the length. What's that? Q8 is back on YouTube. I saw that he had a stream scheduled for this morning. Yeah, great news. Hey Cap, EGAA is one of my favorite scenery add-on sim flown to the... I haven't flown to his V2 yet, no. Did I... Is there somebody parked there? I feel like somebody went and parked as soon as we selected our gate. Yeah, that's... Okay, hold on. Shit. All the... Okay, well... Oh, okay, he's now leaving. Okay, no problem, thank you. APU spooling up, nose light off. I feel like I selected gate 18 and then somebody loaded in on gate 18. But I think he's gone. I thought it was AI traffic at first, but it's not. I love this stand because it says welcome to Belfast. It's like a perfect little, perfect way to... And it's one of the only walk-in and walk-outs. Actually, those over there are as well. Ah, you're fine, Yassine. I would have found a different gate, man. I'm not getting any visual guidance, so we're going to go outside and do it this way. Get the Aviator Edition, just go all out. Could be. Cap, have you been to Belfast in real life? No, I've been here plenty of times in the sim. I've never been here in real life, though. Park brake is on, upstairs APU's on, bleed's on, engine number 1 is off, engine number 2 is off, beacon light goes off, seatbelt signs go off, fuel pumps go off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Belfast. Stop you just over 1 hour on the flight time, and we'll stop you 1 hour and 11 minutes on the block time. I feel like we crushed that one. Predictive wind shear system goes off and off. Good. There we have it, friends. I would say that was a successful first leg. Would you all agree with me? If we all agreed that was a successful first leg, I feel like it was. I had a great time. I hope you guys did as well. We'll try and get the welcome to Belfast. There we go. Look at that scene right there, chat. Welcome to Belfast. Beauty. Good first leg, chat. And now we get to go over to Newcastle. Shit, man, I can't remember the last time we went over to Newcastle, so... Every gate is walking and walking out. Only gate 22 is the jet typically used for international. Ah, there you go. Interesting. Cap, finally figured out with my iFly Max, to turn on lights and buttons, you have to use the mouse wheel. Is that right? Yeah, the scroll wheel. Yeah, you might have to use the scroll wheel. Now, you can change that, Star, if you change the interaction system in the Microsoft settings. But yes, I do believe that that's how it's done as well. All right, music's coming back on. And let's go set up our second leg, shall we, friends? So we're going from Belfast over to EGNT, right? Newcastle. I think that's where we're going, chat, right? Usually it's good when I know where we're going, but yes, EGNT, Newcastle. That's where we're going, chat. All right, let's go over here. Sim brief, new flight. We'll watch the deboarding process. Easy. New call sign is... I can't remember the last time we flew into Newcastle, chat. Can't remember the last time. 157 passengers. What's the weather doing in 290 at 7 knots? They have a runway 25 as well, so we're going to take that one. Nice. Ooh, Ryanair taxiing in behind us. Now again, if anybody's flying with us and you would like the same routing that we are using, we have brought back the exclamation point route, which will give you today's routing. So if you are interested in flying along and you want to make sure you're using the correct routing, exclamation point route in chat will now work as well. I'm going to disconnect quickly and I'm going to file flight plan, good. And we'll reconnect under our new call sign, 21 Tango Charlie. Connect. Good. All right. That's done, that's done, that's done. Over here, flights, unload, import, sim brief, view. Good. All right. There we go. For some reason, SimToolkit Pro is taking ages to load, so bear with me here for a sec. Flight path today. Good. Do you think the Aviator Edition is worth it over the Premium Deluxe Edition for an extra $90? No. I would just get the Premium Deluxe version, Dan, and then any airplanes that you want, I would add them. You can buy specific airplanes. I think the Premium Deluxe is the way to go, and then you just buy whatever you want, you know? Master, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Hope you're doing well. I don't know what's wrong with SimToolkit Pro, but it's just sitting there doing nothing. Hold on. Ah, yes, there we go. That would make sense because it's not responding. All right, new information should be up top as well. Beautiful. Can't wait to try the 707. I have not heard good things. Are you talking about the 707 for Microsoft Flight Simulator generation blowout? I've heard terrible things about it. There's only a few premium deluxe aircraft that I would see myself buying. Yeah. Yeah. If you're flying a 320 and had to land for an emergency to another airport, how to set up the McDo for a new destination? Secondary flight plan, Toga, would be your best bet. Adrian, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome back. Yesterday, VATSIM suspended me for 48 hours. I was parked in a non-movement area. VATSIM wasn't online when I connected. Had to go under the desk with my headset to fix a problem. Weekend killer. Jesus, really? How long were you under your desk? You haven't heard anything? Yeah, I remember being like that. It was not very good. That's a weird one, Mr. Holder. That is a weird one, my friend. Alright, deboarding is complete. Beautiful. Let's jump back inside the aircraft. What is... Why... What the fuck is going on? I think I messed up one of my views, apparently. Dismiss. Alright, let's go to Fenix tab and My Flights, import next flight, dismiss, EJAA to EGNT. We'll make it a little bit later in the evening as well. Make it like 3:50. There we go. We'll get a nice sunset arrival. Alright, mass and balance. Now, I'm not going to board the aircraft through here. I'm going to do it through GSX because this is still bugged out for me. Reload sim brief. Good. And request boarding. Good. No. Cool. Spend some time down here on the McDo. Let's go to our knit ref. We'll do our knit request. New call sign today is easy 21 Tango Charlie. 21 Tango Charlie. Throw that up into there. EGAA to EGNT, correct. Cost index of 0, and we're going up to only flight level 230. 23,000 feet today. What squawk code should I put if there's no ETC? Either use 1,000 or 2,000. Those are usually the numbers that I go with. EGAA departures, runway 25. There is no SID out of here, which is kind of funny. We'll insert that. It's just radar vectors, direct Lisbo on course. So we'll actually clear out that discount, and we'll do that. Good. EGNT arrivals. I don't think there are any arrivals into here either. The ILS 25. Oh, they do have arrivals. Okay, well, let's see if we need any of the arrivals. Stars. What do we got here? I don't think we need that one. And I don't think we need that one. So I guess we're doing no arrivals. Okay. We've got the ILS runway 25. I'm assuming that we should do a procedural turn. Category C aircraft from the Newcastle VOR. So we're going to go no star. Approach vias. I think we want the NT1. Let me go to procedures. Approaches 25 ILS NT2. The NT1 is what we want. NT1, and we'll insert that. Good. We'll scroll through. We definitely don't want any discontinuities. We'll remove that. And that should be good for our arrival, friends. Very kind of short little quick flight plan today. Again, I do have to leave for dinner, so the stream may be a little bit shorter today. We'll probably make up for it tomorrow because I feel like tomorrow is going to be a little bit of a longer one. Okay, looks good to me there. We'll go to our knit ref, and we're just going to wait for the weight and balance. Wait for the boarding process. There we go. You can see the aircraft is boarding. Looking good. One of the reasons I will not use VATSIM is they seem very unforgiving for us noobs. So, Noob Boy, what I can say is most of the time that's not going to be the case. But if you're trying to fly an event or during a very busy period of VATSIM, then yes, the controllers can be a little bit more demanding just because the workload and how many pilots they're currently dealing with what I can suggest is if you want to do some flights like outside of like normal hours, you know what I mean? Is Microsoft standard A320 V2 a good aircraft to fly? Yes, it was developed by iniBuilds. Yeah. Had to go around, had the same issues as you, not slowing down. Just throw out some ground spoilers, man. Mike, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Absolutely, Andres. Yeah. Well, it depends. If you're flying non-busy hours, yes, correct. I would also recommend flying certain ATC centers when new. I always recommend Edmonton Control if you're flying in North America, very friendly. Yeah, Boston Center's a good place too. Boston's usually pretty competent. No, it's a very good aircraft, Cass. Yeah, very good aircraft. So I've had some posts on social media about like an event for new VATSIM users to book like a slot like Cross the Pond. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hey Cap, I want to take a moment to appreciate and thank you for everything you do for the flight sim community. Your hard work will never go unnoticed, and I've learned a lot from you. Well, thank you, Dante. I appreciate the kind words, man. Thanks, buddy. Freddie, what's up, man? How are you, dude? The boarding scene is payware. Yes. Yeah, that's through GSX, which is a payware program. God, this scene right here is just beautiful. The Heineken ad in the back. Welcome to Belfast. The EasyJet. Man, beautiful scene. GSX is all buggy for you after the iFly update? Uh-oh. 78K special into Lowy. I don't know how many subscribers we are away from 78K, to be honest with you. We are... I can give you that number. 27 away. 27 subscribers away from 78,000. Did you do the daily GSX update? I did not. No. I did not. Why did... Oh, did the baggage close? I'm sitting here and I'm wondering why the baggage loaders haven't done anything. It's because the baggage door's closed. Poor guys. They're sitting here like, excuse me, sir. Please let us load the aircraft. Whoopsies. Chat, bear with me for a second. I will be right back.
Newcastle traffic, EC239 Charlie, lining up runway 25 behind departing traffic, Newcastle. All group traffic, EC239 Charlie, departing runway 25. All group.
Alrighty, my amigos. We are back. Still waiting for the aircraft to finish boarding. We're almost done. See the last couple bags going on now.
Can I pick that dog?
Oliver,
Can I pick that dog?
thank you very much, man.
Can I pick that dog?
Hi Cap, how low is your reactivity and the side stick with the Fenix?
I think I have it set to 10% reactivity. I'm using the suggested sensitivities on the Fenix website, but yeah, I think I use 10% reactivity. I feel like the reactivity is something you want to play with, though. Every side stick is going to be a little bit different, right? Oliver, thank you very much, man, for the $5 donation. Appreciate you, dude. Huge no floaties to you. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, chat, we're going to be done here momentarily. They're almost done with the baggage. I think he's getting the last bag on board. There we go. They are all done, chat. Beauty. Boarding has been completed. Good. Let's come down here. We're going to go to mass and balance. We're going to load aircraft. We're going to go instant. Good. Got all of our weights and balances and all that fun stuff. Beautiful. Let's send all of that data down to the McDo. 59.8 on the 0 fuel weight. 32.3 on the 0 fuel weight CG. Block fuel sitting at 4.8. Beautiful. Let's go to our performance numbers. Let's come back over here. We'll grab our departure performance. While we're doing all of that, let's go upstairs and get the fuel pumps on. We will get the seatbelt signs on, and we will get our red beacon light on. We are departing 2-5. Surface conditions are dry. We're doing a flaps 1 departure today. Force tow no, anti-ice off, packs on, sync load sheet, sync live weather, and we will calculate our V speeds. Let's send all of that data down to the McDo. 38, 38, 41, 1/down 0.5, and 64 degrees on the flex temp. Beautiful. Just going to come back over here. I'm just going to confirm that all of the doors have closed, which they have. Beautiful. And we'll be ready for push and start. Which version of Microsoft 2024 will you get? I'm not sure. Microsoft is sending me a copy. I don't know what version they're going to be sending me. I would like to think that they're going to send the Aviators edition, but I'm not quite sure, man. I really do not know. All right, we've got a couple messages to run through here as well. We've got our arrival messages, and then we're going to have our load sheets, so we'll get through to those. We've got our arrival message, good, return. We've got our preliminary load sheet, we'll accept that, and then we've got our finalized load sheet here as well, which will accept 157 plus 6. Good. Cool. Everything's done there, and tow should be connected, which it is. Beautiful. Good, chat. Landing in Dubai after 6.5 hours on the max. Return flight will be over 8 hours due to the headwinds. Ooh. Going to fly New York to Dublin in the 320 Neo Aer Lingus. Nice. Enjoy your flight, man. Enjoy your flight. I'm going to toggle our flight directors. There we go. And initial climb. If we look at our depart, well, we don't have a departure actually, so kind of difficult to give us an initial climb, but we'll just go up to our cruise altitude. We want to go nose right facing east, correct. We'll do that.
Parking brakes, please.
All right, he's asking to release park brakes. We have a Ryanair right there doing something. I'm not quite sure what he's doing, but we're just going to release our park brakes and we're going to get ready to go.
Push. All engines clear.
All right, let's go ahead and restart our clocks here. Good. Block time is on. Let's go engine mode selector to the start position. Block time is on, and I wanted 230 plugged in for altitude. 230 is in and checked. Good. Let's pull up engine number 2. Also, easyJet starts number 1 first. Interesting. I wonder why they do that. Engine number 2 pressurizes brakes and all that fun stuff. So I wonder why they start engine number 1. Have we not done Aer Lingus ops in a while? No, I feel like we have. Or no, I guess we did Ryanair. Alright, good start on number 2. Let's pull up number 1. Shorter stream today. Yep, as I've mentioned all week, I have a birthday dinner that I need to attend to, and it is about an hour away from me, so I've got to get in my car and drive almost immediately after stream. So I couldn't afford to have a 4 or 5 hour stream today. We are live again tomorrow. We are live again Monday, and we are live again Tuesday. So I feel like we'll make up missing an hour on today's stream. Live again tomorrow, live again on Monday, live again on Tuesday. Going to be a very busy week. Don't you worry, my friend. We will have lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of streams over the next couple of days. They only start engine 1 if doing a single engine taxi, as they will turn on the yellow hydraulic pump and taxi until they start number 2. That makes sense. What's the plan for tomorrow? Tomorrow we're going into Innsbruck. I'm not quite sure where we're going to be going. I was thinking London Gatwick to Innsbruck and back. I think that's a great little routing, but we'll have to wait and see. We will see.
Please set parking brakes.
Park brake. Set. Good. Upstairs, APU and APU bleed can go off. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and engine mode selector back to the normal position. Ground spoilers are armed. Predictive wind shear system goes on in auto. Trim value is down 0.5. And we'll go ahead and set flaps 1 for takeoff. New iniBuilds? Yes, very excited. In GSX, do you ever get it where it says no jetway, but there's a jetway? Yes. My suggestion is go to flightsim.to and download a profile. It'll happen at certain airports where you don't have a GSX profile installed.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass
Gatwick is too
removed.
general. I did a charter airline for the 19 from Antwerp in Belgium, amazing freeway scenery to Innsbruck. We'll see, man. Like I said, I'll load up. I'll go to Flight Radar 24. I'll put in Innsbruck, and I'll see where the real world flights are coming from, and we'll kind of decide from there. We shall decide from there. I wanted to bring that clock. Is it really at 4:11? It's really that dark already here? We'll bring that back just a little bit. 3:30. We are live on Tuesday. Yep. We are live on Tuesday, my friend. Alrighty. Everything should be set there. Everything's good there. Auto brake to RTO. Flight directors are in. Constraints are in. Flight level 230 is in. APU is off. Bleeds are off. Good. Nose light over to taxi. Park brake comes off. We're going to join the queue of guys taxiing down to runway 25. Let's do it. Did that for the profile and it just didn't work. So strange. But then I did DFW to JFK Premium by Sobo and they worked perfectly fine. Odd. The runway 8 into Innsbruck is a real challenge approach. It is. Yes. Love it. Circle to land runway 08. Probably one of my favorite approaches, to be honest with you. Takeoff config test checked. ECAM no blue. Ding the cabin. Everybody is seated and ready to go, friends. And we're saying goodbye to Belfast. Beautiful scenery done by Pyrig. Stunning, stunning scenery. If you don't own this scenery, you need to add it to your collection. It is absolutely fantastic. Pyrig, Belfast. I do use FS Realistic. Yep. What does FS Realistic do? It adds camera movements, mainly the touchdown effects. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but sometimes you'll watch streamers and they land at 300, 400, 500 feet per minute and nothing happens. It looks like a butter landing. If you have FS Realistic turned on, and yeah, it'll show you when you get a 300 foot per minute landing, that's for sure. One more question. How do you get your community folder to have 2 installed sceneries, but you have so many? Sorry for the questions. Just got on Microsoft. I use what's called Add-on Linker. So Add-on Linker is a program that only installs the sceneries that you're going to be using for said flight. If you're new to Microsoft, you probably don't need to worry about it. You probably don't have as many sceneries that I have, so you probably don't need to worry about Add-on Linker. But the simulator, once it gets to a point where there's so many sceneries installed, it can affect performance. So, have you pre-ordered? I have not pre-ordered. Microsoft reached out about 2 weeks ago and told me that they're sending me a press copy or a review copy of Microsoft Flight Simulator, so I haven't had to purchase anything. They are sending me over a free copy to review and to showcase, and yeah. Is there any way I can see your profile? Just installed it and I'm not really sure what settings to use. For what, Dino? Oh, FS Realistic? Yeah. So what I can suggest for FS Realistic is, it depends on what aircraft you're in. I should have a profile up for almost all of them. If you go to Profile Cloud, you can probably see, but it seems to be weird. It seems to be not sharing these ones. But yeah, like, I mean, the main things that you want are touchdown front, touchdown main, and general turbulence. Those are the big ones. The touchdown front, I'll leave it here, 20% movement, no sound. Touchdown main, 20% movement, no sound. And then everything else is kind of just like how you like it, right? That's the beauty of FS Realistic, is you kind of just set it the way that you like it. Some people prefer heavier camera movements. Some people, you know, prefer a little bit lighter camera movements. I think that one is, usually we're around, you know, 150, 250 foot per minute in and around there, so yeah. Is standard edition enough if I only fly airliners? Should be. I'm not quite sure what is included with the standard version, but just know that if you only buy the standard version, you'll be fine. You may just have to purchase individual aircraft that you want, which is something new that they've added this year. Before, you couldn't do that. You had to purchase a specific version of the simulator. This year, you can just buy the base version of the sim and then add whatever airplane you want. They are selling the upgraded airplanes on the marketplace, so keep that in mind. Are you planning to get Rex Atmos? No, you don't need Rex Atmos, man. That's a program I just feel that's not needed. Yeah, for some reason, every time I reach my destination in the sim, I pull up at my gate and my frames of performance drop. It's fine before that. I can't do turnarounds without restarting. Huh. I haven't ever heard of that problem before. I don't know. Maybe check the forums to see if anything's going on. Hope Fly-by-Wire can make an A321neo. Well, we're getting one in the sim from iniBuilds, A321neo LR. So, you'll have that. There you go. Dan's got a link for you if you're interested.
And shuttle 4 Alpha Belfast 50 traffic. Descending down 2000 to beyond non-localized for runway 22.
Belfast traffic, easy 21 Tango Charlie, lining up runway 25 Belfast. Alright, landing lights, runway turnoff, strobe lights, wing lights, and nose light to take off. I don't see anybody out there on final, so we should be good. Yeah, if you were to vacation somewhere for free, where would you go? If I were to vacation somewhere for free, where would I go? Probably somewhere that I've never been before. I would really like to go to Japan, Asia. Thailand would be, I think, incredible to visit. But yeah. Hopefully the A320 LR's physics aren't off like the A320neo. Well, I'm sorry. Have you flown a real-life A320neo, Nader? I'm just assuming and guessing that you probably haven't flown a 320neo, so I wouldn't necessarily talk about physics that way because it is a flight simulator. I think the physics in the aircraft are perfectly fine. But hey, everybody's going to have their own opinion, my man. Everybody's going to have their own opinion. I know you're talking about the iniBuilds. So what's wrong with the A320 Neo by iniBuilds? How are the physics off? I personally have never flown an A320 or an A320 Neo, so I usually don't like talking about, you know, physics and stuff like that because I don't know how the airplane flies in real life, which I think is pretty accurate. Most of us haven't flown an A320 Neo in real life, so it just drops at 20 feet before touchdown. Keep the power in, man. There are slight differences between the Fenix and using, you know, CEO engines, and yeah. All right, let's do it. Joystick cam comes on, sounds go up. Belfast traffic, easy 21 Tango Charlie, departing runway 25, Belfast. All right, throttle's up to about 40%. Looking good. Slight nose down pressure on our stick. Good. Chrono comes on. Let's go flying. Manflex 64 SRS runway auto thrust bleu. Takeoff power is set. God, I love the buzzsaw of these CFMs. Quite a bit of left rudder to keep this center line right now. 100 knots, we're neutral. V1, rotate. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a nice little wind shift. Oh, yeah, shift complete opposite direction now. Pause the rate, gear up. Did you guys see that? Blowing right down the runway, then went like this as we lifted off, and then went like that after airborne. The winds have been a little bit weird in Microsoft recently. I've noticed that. You do very weird wind shifts. It goes like this when you're coming in on landing or arriving. Throttles to climb. Ooh, nice little subtle. No, that wasn't a wind shift. That's just Microsoft being weird with the winds. It's been happening quite a bit lately. Runway turnoffs, nose lights, and wing lights are going off. Disarm the ground spoilers. I love the buzzsaws, man. They did really good with the most recent update to the aircraft as well with the sounds. Sounds fantastic. Alright, beautiful. Bring our range out a little bit. Follow our flight directors. Do you recommend the T16000M similar to Airbus stick? It is, yeah. It's a great overall. If you want to fly Boeing, you want to fly Airbus, it's a great side stick for that. 210, flaps clean. Pitch for climb. I have a question. Why do you think everyone is flying the Fenix A320 over the iniBuilds? Because it's a pay-wear aircraft. Most people prefer flying the CEO over the Neo as well. There's far more A320, A319, A321 CEOs than there are Neos, especially in North America. Alright, 6,000 feet, autopilot 1 is going on, back up into the flight deck. And we'll go ahead and go standard baro. Bring those sounds down here just a little bit. Let's enjoy a nice little sunset over there, shall we, chat? Look at that. Beauty. What a beauty. What a beauty. Flight Simmer, what's up, man? 1 month says, hello, how are you? I'm doing well, Flight Simmer. Thanks for support, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for 1 month of first class service. Appreciate you, man. Couple more days. Crazy, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Diamond Mike, what's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Man, this guy loves talking on Unicom. He's giving everybody stands and letting people know he's vacated on this and that. My goodness. Some people love to hear their own voices on Faten. That's what I've come to learn as well. I personally like to keep the chatter to a bare minimum. Nobody needs to know what I'm doing, what stand I'm parking at, what taxiway I vacated the runway on. You don't need to know any of that information. Is the A320 Neo from iniBuilds a good product? Yes, absolutely it is. Yeah, a few bugs here and there, but from my understanding, especially the most recent couple of updates that they've done, it's gotten a lot better since release. Picking my nose, stand 1-6. Just had a Chinook fly over my house. Always cool to watch. Very cool. Very, very, very cool, man. We saw some cool military planes while we were in California this year. Done a long haul from San Diego to Munich in the 7-4. Damn, it's a long flight. That is a long flight, my friend. Beauty. When are you going to try the iFly update? I don't know, man. We flew it for like 3 weeks, Shaq. So like I can't just jump back into the same airplanes over and over and over and over again, right? So we're spending some time. We haven't flown the Fenix in a while. It just got the big Sharklet update, so we're flying that. Next week we've got the release of Microsoft 2024, maybe the following week. So probably in a couple weeks we'll take a look at it. I literally flew the iFly for like 3 weeks before we left for world flight, so I can't just jump into the exact same airplane and fly it over and over. People get bored very quickly. Remember, attention spans, most people on YouTube, the attention span is about 6 to 8 minutes. So, WinWing or mini cockpit? I don't know. Haven't tried the WinWing products, but are we getting a 330? Yes, the iniBuilds 330. Got no point where there are actually too many aircraft. No, never. Never, never, never. Hey, Gap, nice to see you flying my local airport for the first time in a while. What's that, Belfast or Newcastle? Man, I can't remember the last time we flew into Newcastle, so I'm excited for this one. Should be a cool little flight, man. I am excitable. It's a cool little airport. It's nice. We're coming in on 2-5. We're going to vacate the runway, taxi right into the ramp. Beauty. Gab, should try flying from the right seat? No. I'd have to completely rebrand myself. I am known as Captain Canada, not First Officer Canada. We would have to do a complete rebrand, my friend. That's not happening. FO Canada, exactly. FO Canada. Now, you know what? I didn't even check to see if there was a... I bet there is. Give me a sec. Flightsim.to. I didn't even check to see if there was a profile for Newcastle. I'm almost positive I don't have one. Oh, I do have it. Okay, we're good. Orbex, Newcastle. Okay, we should be good. I already have it downloaded. Struggling for choice with this hobby is more than welcome in my book. Exactly. Exactly. Cap, is it crucial to set the QNH values? If you want to have proper minimums, yes. Especially if you're using a barrel minimum or something like that. Absolutely it is. I have a profile for MCO. Should I disable world jetways on GSX? Yes. Airspace. Every third-party scenery, you want to disable world jetways. Only use world jetways if you're using a freeware scenery or you're flying into an airport with no scenery. Then it will help with the boarding and deboarding process. But if you're using any payware scenery, you want to disable the world jetways in GSX. Otherwise, you'll get 2 jet bridges. Sometimes the jet bridges won't work. Yeah. Wait, Cap, why are you streaming on Tuesday? Why am I streaming on Tuesday? I'll let you guess. What comes out on Tuesday? Tuesday is November 19th. What comes out on November 19th that everybody's been very excited about? Been struggling with the weather to uninstall 2020 or 2024 releases or not. Kind of wish 2020 installed commercial until bugs Yes, of course. Yeah. The thing I'm confused about is the Asobo MCO, so I don't know what to do. Sorry, new to this, can't find answers online. Well, you have a profile for MCO. Okay, so you're using the default Asobo MCO, so the profile probably won't work. There's usually not profiles made for default airports unless it's default handcrafted. Most of the profiles that you're going to get are for third-party sceneries. So my guess is you probably downloaded the taxi to gate profile for Orlando, and that's why it's not working. Tacos come out on Tuesday. Taco Tuesday, baby. Cap, did you ever share your Honda Jet ride footage? It wasn't a Honda Jet. It was a Cirrus Vision Jet. And no, we can blame Dan for not ever editing something and putting something together for us. I am probably going to have to go back and edit down some footage. Dan couldn't get the 360 footage to work properly. But again, I think that's just Dan coming up with excuses for not actually wanting to do it. So we're just going to throw some blame Dans in chat. Dan has all the footage. Dan had edited all the footage, but I don't ever know what happened to any of the footage. So really, there's only one person to be blamed here, chat, if you haven't learned already. Windows 12 comes out on Tuesday. Nice. So it never happened. Exactly. Blame Dan. It's Dan's fault. Really hope Ini delivers a nice 330. I'm pretty sure they will. From what I've seen in some of the inside access that I have working with iniBuilds, yes. Pretty sure it will be of quality that everybody likes. Listen, I'll say this much. It's going to be better than the Latin VFR. It's going to be better than the Bredoc. He doesn't have one. It's going to be better than the Latin VFR. It's going to be better than Aerosoft. And it's going to be better than the freeware A330 option that we have right now. I said screw it and give up on the 360 degree. I have a 2D video format if you want to look at Captain talking to the co-pilot. There you go. So Dan feels that the footage isn't good enough, chat. What do we think about that? I think that's I think Dan's taking little pot shots at me. Dan couldn't figure out the 360 degree camera. I feel like that's a user error. What do we think, chat? Do we think Dan is just user error because he doesn't know how to work the editing software? How do we feel? Let's let Dan know how we really feel. We all know it's not going to be Tollus level. Again with your slight jabs at the X-Plane is better than Microsoft. What is so good about the Tollus that you don't think iniBuilds can achieve with their 330? The last I checked, the texturing, the modeling, the audio, the visuals were absolutely horrendous in the Tollus product. The only thing good about the Tollus was the systems and the flight characteristics and flight model. So what makes you think that iniBuilds won't be able to achieve that on a brand new sim platform that has upgraded physics, ground handling, flight characteristics? We already know visually, texturally, and audio-wise, it's going to be far better than Tollus. It's not even going to be a competition. So, God, man, some of you X-Plane guys just drive me fucking bananas with your backhanded comments. It's wild. You have to get that in there, don't you? Gotta get it in. The Tollus looks like shit, sounds like shit. I don't know, man. I don't get it. What's for dinner tonight? I'm actually going out for dinner to a nice fancy restaurant. It's my grandmother's birthday. I think it's her 72nd or 73rd birthday. So we're going out to a nice fancy dinner. Why don't you use packs anymore? Because I use GSX. I feel like it's just a better whole package. The disadvantage of Tollus is that you have to use X-Plane. And that it costs $100 for subpar texturing, subpar modeling, subpar sounds. I mean, I could go on and on and on. I don't want to offend anybody in chat. DSX Pro's legit? Can be. Yeah. I wonder how many people are going to be ready and willing to switch over to Microsoft 2024. Currently raging. Hey man, some people got that X-plane wool over their eyes. And that's fine, man. They pay $100+ for all of their airplanes. I'd be trying my damnedest to justify those purchases too, man. Don't worry. Right there with you, buddy. Honestly, I'm super stoked for those missions in career mode. I cannot wait for career mode, man. It's I cannot wait for career mode. Well, that's what I'm saying, Shaq. So like, why don't it seems to be a revolving door with you, where you seem to try and convince me and others that X-plane products are just so far superior. It's a revolving door. Every stream you have some type of backhanded comment. So I'm genuinely curious. Why do you think the Tollus 330 will be better than the iniBuilds-330, which we haven't even seen yet? That's just what I'm curious about. I'm just wondering why it's a revolving door. Why you're constantly... Do you need justification? Is that what it is? You spent $100 on a Tollus airplane and it's, you know, like, you seem to agree with everything that I'm saying. So I'm genuinely curious why you think that the Tollus will be so much better as you've insisted. Owls, what's up, my man? Good to see you, dude. 290 at 7, 6 degrees and 1012. 6 degrees, 1012. And we have our minimums. Category C. Oh, no, 439. 439 on the barrel mins. Good. And top of drop, 34 miles. Jesus. Can you do a career mode and VATSIM at the same time? Good question. I don't know, Jack. It's a great question. I don't know if anybody's actually ever asked that one. I don't understand why Tollus won't make a 340. I've gone over this before, and I'll briefly touch on it right now. Tollus would not survive in a Microsoft market. It's as simple as that. That's as simply put as I can say it. Again, their texturing, their modeling, their sounds, basically everything about the airplane besides the system depth is questionable, and that would not survive in the Microsoft marketplace. Also, I've also touched on this. There's a reason why Flight Factor and Tollus continue to develop for X-Plane. They have zero competition. You know, that's another huge factor. Imagine coming over to Microsoft and having to deal with Fenix, FS Labs, iniBuilds. Come on. The list goes on and on and on. They would not survive. And again, I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm not trying to be overly negative. I'm just stating facts. Their products are not good enough to get away from the Kool-Aid drinkers of X-Plane. They would not survive. But I think the big thing is the zero competition. There's no competition. Zero competition. I love Q8, but he just said, well, again, listen, I love Q8 Pilot as well. One of my great friends. He is heavily on the X-Plane Kool-Aid. He's fighting for an underdog, and he's explained that to me in person, and I love him as a person. I think he's one of the best content creators. He's one of my favorite people that I've met over the years, but he is biased towards X-Plane 100%, you know? So again, this is the beauty of flight sim creation and content creation, is you're gonna have a bunch of people who have great points for either sim platform, right? I don't think a product like Flight Factor deserves to be the best add-on ever. Maybe it's one of the better add-ons for X-Plane, but in my opinion, there's, you know, the Fenix and the PMDG levels, and in my opinion, those are far greater than what Flight Factor has with its early access VNAV and, you know. But again, I think that's a part about maturing in life, is you realize that people can have different opinions and you guys can still be friends and you can still get along just fine. It is nothing off my back if somebody says that they prefer X-Plane and that X-Plane's products are far superior. It is what it is, man. You're never going to change someone's mind when they have that outlook on it. I too, at one point in my life, I also thought that there's no way X-Plane could be beat. There's no way that these add-ons could get better. You know, it is what it is, man. That's the beauty of content creation, and that's the beauty of having different creators with different opinions. It's really the best. You get the best of both worlds, man. I don't need to spend my time convincing somebody to use Microsoft over X-Plane. I don't have to waste my time doing that. You use whatever sim platform you use, man. I don't care. Do you know what I care about? I care about you enjoying flight simulation as much as I do. That's really the only thing that matters to me. We're here for the same reason. It doesn't matter what platform you prefer to use. You like airplanes as much as I like airplanes. Let's be friends. Right? I think that's the outlook that we need to have. We're such a small niche market, and it blows my mind that people want to fight over, my sim's better than your sim. My $300 joystick is better than your $75 joystick, and therefore I can fly X-Plane because my joystick has force feedback. Fuck, get over yourself, man. You're flying on a fucking $1,500 computer on a $100 joystick. Fuck out of here, man. Obnoxiously stupid. All right, descent time. Let's go. 3,000 feet. I think 3,000 feet. Actually wants, well, 3,500 initially is probably what we should go to. Let's be good pilots, chat. So 3,500 initially on that descent. We'll be good to go. I fly on Logitech stuff. I'm at the bottom of the barrel, but I enjoy the hell. It's all that matters, man. I always tell people when you're first getting into the hobby, buy a $30 joystick. Buy a $25 joystick, man. Because God knows if you'll be into this hobby in a year from now, 2 years from now, right? Why invest hundreds, thousands of dollars in peripherals if you don't know if this is something that you're going to be interested in, you know? We like planes, let's hang. Exactly. Exactly. I bet all pilots are the same about Airbus and Boeing. I highly doubt it. Nice, mofo. There's anything that I've learned in the last 4 years since I personally made the transition over to Microsoft Flight Sim is that you will never convince an X-Plane user that there is something better on the market. It just won't happen. So therefore, I don't try and convince anybody. I just smile and nod. Smile and nod. Dude's $1,000 of equipment. See the fact that Xbox guys are having a blast on a controller. 100%. Yep. Do you ever do a throwback stream and just fly some of the good oldies? Some of the old goodies? What do you mean, generation? Something I don't like about Newcastle? Dude, I can't remember the last time, James, I flew into Newcastle. I feel like it's been eons. I cannot remember the last time I flew here. Look at that full moon out there, chat. Gorgeous. Rudder pedals will change the game immensely for you. I remember the first time I bought rudder pedals. Initially, I bought the Cytec yoke and throttle combination, and I was using one of the little hat switches to do my rudder pedals. And I remember my buddy came over. My buddy was in flight school, and he was just like, man, you need to get rudder pedals. It'll completely change everything. I was like, okay, all right. I remember picking up a pair of Cytec rudder pedals. First rudder pedals I ever owned. Complete game changer. You tried the lossless frame gen? I haven't. No, I've stuck with the frame gen mod. I just bought the TPRs with a superb investment in kit. They are incredible, Neil. And the thing that I love about the pendulars, the TPRs, Neil, is those will literally last you a lifetime. I've had mine for 5 years now, still as if I took them out of the box yesterday. They are incredible products. I do understand that they are a little bit expensive, and they might be out of the price range for some, but I wholeheartedly think that they are worth every penny. Every other rudder pedal that I've ever used was like plasticky and kind of lost its I don't want to say lost its abilities, but yeah, like my Cytec rudder pedals, they were kind of, you know, after a couple years of doing them, using them every day, they were kind of janky a little bit here and there, and yeah. Dude, ever since I came back from California, I don't know if Dan or Mopar can attest to this, but I've just been getting spam calls left, right, and center. I feel like every time I travel, I just get like spam called nonstop. Afternoon, did you see the iFly update? I read the change log, but I haven't flown it yet. No. Gav, do you like kebabs? Hell yes, I do. Yes, sir. Give me some kebabs with some potatoes and some rice and some veggie. Ooh. They cost $800. I got you, Georgios. I agree, man. Like I said, dude, I understand that they're out of some people's price points, but... They said this guy went to Cali. We can get him. Something, man. Thrustmaster rudder pedals are the best in the market, in my opinion. Again, yeah. I understand that they're expensive, but like I said, I feel like you purchase these rudder pedals, you'll never be purchasing another set of rudder pedals again. These will last you easily your lifetime. Easily. You know, as long as you're not jamming on them and being too crazy with them. Last time you flew to Newcastle, it was X-Plane 4 years ago. Jesus. Ordering a kebab right now, can't be arsed cooking tonight. Hey man, sounds delicious. So Gav, if I download GSX profile, do I have to go into the GSX installer and disable World Jetways for that specific airport? Yes. But only if you have the Payware Airport airspace. If you're just using default airport scenery, no, you do not need to remove default jetways. Only if you're using third-party scenery. TM left a sour taste in my mouth with the Airbus stick, which is crazy, again, because I've had my Airbus stick since the beginning, and I've had zero issues with it, nor Fox. I don't know, man. I feel like it's hit or miss, I guess. Now that you're available, can I talk to you about your car's extended warranty? I actually do have an extended warranty on my car. First time I went flying IRL, came back in the sim, felt my Logitech rudders, felt nothing like that, and the Thrustmasters feel pretty damn close. Yeah. I think it's just the design of the Thrustmaster ones, too, where you're heel to foot, right, Shaq? That's the biggest thing to me. Like any of the other rudder pedals, like the Cytec, the Logitech, even the Turtle Beach ones, your feet always sit in a position in the rudder pedals, which isn't realistic, right? Real rudder pedals, you go heel, you know, once you get onto the runway and you're ready for takeoff, you know, the heels of your feet go to the floor, right? And then you use the balls of your feet to kind of manipulate and move the aircraft. That's what I love about the pendulars. Yeah. The Airbus stick is so overrated. Mine's being fine for 3 years for the price. There's nothing better. I would agree. I know that Winwing is out now, and I know that they're the big, you know, everybody's hot off the press to fly the Winwing products, but again, I would like to see how the Winwing products, how does it look in a year or two from now, you know what I mean? Love my crosswinds, plus the fact that you can change the pedal type. Yep, those aren't bad at all. I wasn't the biggest fan of them digital. I tried them in 2019 at the expo in Orlando. Again, they just felt like a higher level of like Logitech or like Turtle Beach pedals, all metal construction, aluminum. But I still don't like that your feet are constantly sitting in like a foothold. It's just not realistic. Hey, Peter Chill, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. VKBs are decent. I've heard decent things about them. I personally have never tried them. I've heard decent things about them, but... All right, landing lights on. We're through 10,000 feet. Friends, we'll pause the music here. This song is done in about another 2 minutes. Pause the music, and we'll get fully invested in our approach. I'm wondering how this is going to go, because we do have a procedural turn that we're going to be doing to fly the arrival. So let's see how that goes. Cap, did you see the 737 CL in development? What's the CL? Classic? 737-300 or 200? Greg, 22 months. Appreciate you, man. This is always do your streams, Cap. Thank you, Greg. Appreciate the kind words, man. Huge no floaties too, my amigo. How about the TPR pedals over the summer, but the higher quality made me want to upgrade the rest of my setup to match the quality. Yeah, you're not wrong with that one either. Yep. We're doing a 500? Interesting. Who's doing that, Lilo? I know that PMDG is doing a 7.4 Classic as well as a 747-400 and 800, so yeah. They've released a cheaper version of the TCA side stick for Xbox. The Captain Pack goes for €300. No, I think it just replaced the... So the Xbox, it's the one that I use. It's just got a little switch on the back that you choose between PC or Xbox. That's really the only difference from the side stick that I've seen or noticed. Remember, guys, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up button. We're hunting 250 likes. If you haven't done so, do me a huge solid, and don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. Ground spoilers can go in. Approach mode has been activated. We're going to get our LS switch turned on here as well. You can see the Newcastle airport is right down here beneath us. And we're going to break off doing our procedural turn. Going to pause the music. Good, that is done for the day. And then we've got... Can I select this already? GSX, Newcastle, Gate 2. Hopefully nobody goes there, but that's where the real aircraft parked. And then we need our QNH, which was, I think, 10-12 in the QNH. We'll select that, 10-12. Good. And we're looking good. Looks like somebody's on final now. Looks like he's making his turn onto final, which is good. We're about to start our procedural turn. We're inbound right over top of Newcastle. Where are you? There you are. Right over top of Newcastle. That looks incredible. And we're going to be turning towards that sunset as well, so it's going to be a beautiful approach, chat. Absolutely beautiful. About to fly over your house? Very cool. 41 months. I feel like that's a little bit more than 2 years. Audio? Okay, that should be fixed. Give it a refresh if it's not. Should be better. Guys, can we blame Dan for that as well? Remember, Dan built this computer that's causing all kinds of issues. So let's get some blame Dans in chat. Dan is really the only person that can be blamed for such an audio issue. Always messing things up. I bet he crisscrossed a wire in there. I bet you that's what he did. How many are willing to bet he crisscrossed a wire, and that's why we have these issues? It's a piece of shit because Cap was so cheap with components. Fuck out of here. We're using Asus Strix motherboards. We have a fucking $600 capture card. We've got a $700 microphone. No. We ain't taking the bait on that one there, Mr. I'm gonna call you Mr. Switched Wires Barry. That's going to be your name. He crossed the wires for job security. He knew we'd always need his help. Oh man. Gamer Social Life, a name I haven't seen in a while. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for that $10 donation. You may pet that dog. Yes, sir.
Captain Canada on your left. Gamer Social Life.
Thank you, man. Commercial Sim Solutions 737-500. Interesting. Captain, downloaded the Allegiant livery for the Max. I'm going to fly it later. Nice. We flew that one out of K-Pi not too long ago. Very cool. Man, I can't get over that moon. Look at the reflections off the water as well. Looks good, chat. BS, you're running on a pre-built Razor. You know what's crazy, dude, is I thought about for the next computer doing a pre-build, but I don't think I'm going to do it. All right, 3,000 feet. We'll go at about 300 feet per minute just to make sure we stay on glide path. How do you find the 2024 7.3 Max? I only got a little bit of time with it, Kiwi. It was very incomplete when I tested it, so I'm curious to see what it's going to be like on the final release. Kind of excited, actually. Yeah. What are your plans for 2024? Probably the career mode and doing a lot of A330 ops, sorry, an A321 Neo ops. That'll probably be our best bet. All right, Loke Star is captured. That was a beautiful procedural turn, by the way, chat. RTX 4070 mobile should be enough to run 2024 with the game still looking good. Mobile GPU? I don't know about that one. Flaps 1. Let's arm our approach switch. Glide path should be captured here momentarily. There's our glide slope. Beautiful Newcastle traffic. Easy 21 Tango Charlie, 10 mile final runway 25. Newcastle. I'm hoping that the Fenix makes an A321 Neo. I would agree. Yes, I'd love to see that as well. I would love to see that, my friend. Alrighty, we'll wait for the 2,500 foot call out. And then we'll get our gear down. Flaps 2.
2,500.
There she goes. Gear down. Nose lights, wing lights, runway turn off lights on. DC officer pack isn't for Xbox. It is, Georgios. Yep, you can buy it for Xbox, man. You can. Gamer Social Life dropping another $5 donation. Speed check, flaps 2.
Gamer Social Life 2024 Microsoft Simulator.
Yes, sir. Very excited. This week's going to be a crazy week, man. I am most excited for it. Cannot wait. Cannot wait. Ground spoilers armed. Looks like we've got another nasty crosswind, chat. Flap check, speed check, flaps 3. The officer pack, like the one on PC, yep, you can get it, man. Just make sure that you buy the updated version, which is compatible with Xbox and PC. Can't believe we're already getting into Microsoft 2024. You're telling me, man. 160 knots, flaps full. Joystick cam comes on. Enjoy the arrival, amigos. I will catch you down on the ground here momentarily. What a beautiful scene right now, Chad. This is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. My airplane. Enjoy the arrival, friends. Sounds are up. Still 24 knot crosswind. This one should be spicy. Oh shit, we gotta get the recording, chat. Where were you on that one, guys? First officers. Alright, recording is on. We're looking good. Are you going to do a long stream? Oh yeah. I'm sure we'll be live for 8+ hours on Tuesday. I'm already prepping myself for it. Got a bunch of factor meals ready to go. Yes, sir. Getting a little bit low on the slope. We'll bring that nose up. Don't want to go chasing glide slope too much. Just very slight corrections to get us back on track. That is good. That wind is just shifting all over the place, dude.
400.
Checked. I'm okay with 3 red. We'll take this in.
300. 100 above.
I was only down to an 8 knot crosswind now. Not too bad.
200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Nose down gently. Reversers are out. Decelerating. Beautiful. Knots, reverser stowed onto the brakes. ladies and gentlemen. Welcome down to Newcastle for the first time in a long time. Sorry, a little bit janky on the brakes there. Alrighty. Look at us, chat. Not bad flying today. Some spicy winds over here. I forgot what it's like flying in Europe with your crazy-ass crosswinds. Who would have thought to put runways where the winds are usually blowing? Not in Europe. That's not how they do things over here, chat. You know how they do things in Europe? They just put a runway wherever they can fit it. They don't give a shit about you dealing with crazy crosswinds or anything like that. Landing lights are off. Nose light over to taxi. Runway turnoffs are off. Strobe lights are off. Wing lights are off. APU master start switch is going on, and we're going all the way over here. Stand number 2. Get it ready to go. Tony, take care, man. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow, dude. Real fun flights planned for tomorrow as well. We've got iniBuilds-Innsbruck. Very excited for that. Going to be flying this bad boy, the A320 Sharklets. Clean everything up here as well. This is the Orbex Newcastle. Yes, exclamation point scenery in chat. If you are ever curious, we'll provide you with a link directly to the scenery that we are using. Here is our stand 2. Those lights can go off. Don't need to blind anybody. Circle the land, we'll have to see, man. I mean, obviously, if the winds are... We always fly live weather, so we'll have to see if the winds are... obviously, the winds have to be compatible for it, right? But, yes, the obvious ideal plan is to get the circle the land runway 08. That would be the most ideal situation. I don't have any marshalers here, so I'm going to stop at the second line. Should be good right about there. I'll pull her in and stop her there. Good. Park brake is on. APU is almost on and available. There it is, on and available. Engine number 2 is off. Engine number 1 is off. Beacon light is off. Seatbelt signs are off. Fuel pumps are off. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome down to Newcastle. Well, my friends, I would say that was a great day of flying. Would you all agree? I most certainly would agree with that. Some great landings, some difficult landings today as well. Not just our regular run-of-the-mill landings. I feel that was a good day of crosswinds. And on my bad side as well for crosswinds. I'm much better when the winds are blowing out of the left than I am from the right. So I would say that was a good day of flying, my amigos. Would we all agree? I think we would all agree. Let's go and stop our recording. We've got the replay. We'll watch that here in a second. Beautiful. Beautiful, 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 my friends. I certainly enjoyed myself today. I hope you guys all did as well. We can start closing out some programs. We don't need those open anymore. We'll quit you. That's good. That's good. That's done. Beauty. There we have it, friends. Wonderful. So if you don't know, you haven't been paying attention, we will be live once again tomorrow, and we're doing some Innsbruck ops. So we've got the freshly released scenery by iniBuilds. It released last week while I was away at Flite, World Flight. So tomorrow we'll be doing Innsbruck. We've also got a copy to give away. So for any of you that are interested in winning a free product, you haven't picked it up yet, maybe you own the Orbex version, you're not sure if you want to buy another version of Innsbruck, we will be doing a giveaway tomorrow as well. So not quite sure where we're going from. I'm going to have a look-see here after this stream and kind of plan where we're going to be going from for the next flight. But I was thinking maybe Gatwick or something like that, but we'll see. We'll see. There might be a few other places we can take some EasyJet flights from. Going to bring the time back here just a little bit for like when it was when we landed. Let's go jump inside the aircraft. Let's get this bad boy into a turnaround state, ready to rock and roll. Frankfurt to, we could do Eurowings 320 ops. I'll look into that. I'll see if they have any flights coming in. Let's go to our Fenix tab. We're going to go to panel states. We're going to go to ready. We're going to activate. We're going to close all the doors, get everything ready to rock and roll. We'll go upstairs. We'll make sure that all of our lights are on, and we are ready to go for that as well. On, and on. Good. I'll set flaps all the way down full to make sure that we're good for that. And do you have the Aerosoft Frankfurt? I don't. I haven't picked it up yet. No. I got to be honest with you, man. I've kind of been hesitant to pick up anything by Aerosoft after the release of their A330 and what they did with the community with that one. I've been very reluctant to even support Aerosoft to the smallest degree because of everything that's gone on. I just don't feel that it's... I don't know, man. I don't like when major companies like Aerosoft try and take advantage of the flight sim community. I feel like that's where we need to make a stand. So, yeah. Eurowings doesn't fly into Frankfurt. They only do one flight to and from Frankfurt. Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point. Like I said, I'm going to look at flight radar and we will figure it out. Cool. Hit the replay button. Going to pause the replay. We'll bring this in here a little bit. We can watch it from right about here. We'll start here. Yes. Turn that off. We'll resume replay, and let's have a little bit of a look-see here at this arrival, friends. It felt a little bit firm, but again, I think that that's the correct way to do that with the crosswind components that we've been receiving today. We had what was it, like 21 gusting 17 into Belfast, and then again it was around 8 knots, 8 gusting into Newcastle. So very happy with those landings, especially dealing with the crosswind components. We all know that crosswind components are kind of crazy when it comes to Microsoft Flight Simulator. They seem to be a little bit off, but felt good. We checked our flare nice and early, cut the power, held it. There's the correction. The right nose touched perfectly fine. We maintained center line, a little bit firm, but I'm perfectly happy with that landing. Again, look for the right wheel to touch first into the wind. I mean, crosswind component was done perfectly. I don't think we could have done it any better than that, chat. At least not me. Maybe you guys can, but I don't think I could have done it any better than that. Held the flare nicely, nice and smooth, 1,000 footers, just past them, right on those aiming points, right where we're looking, stopped the aircraft at a decent amount. Perfect landing in my eyes, friends. Well, everybody, that's going to wrap up today's live stream. Thank you again, everybody, for all of your support, mods, donators, and sponsors. Without you guys here, it ain't possible. So seriously, thank you all so much for the continued support. You guys are the backbone of this channel, and you guys allow me to do this full time. So for that, I am forever grateful. Thank you, everybody else who cannot support with a monetary value, but supports with your time, your effort, being here in streams, smashing down that thumbs up button. Want to thank you guys all very much. One more time, if you haven't done so on your way out, don't forget to smash down that thumbs up. I don't know if we reached our goal. We're close to our goal, but we didn't reach the goal. I knew it was going to be a little bit of a more quiet day today. Belfast and Newcastle, not the most requested airports to fly into, if you will, but fun airports to fly into. I had a great time today. Really hope you guys did as well. Again, live tomorrow, Innsbruck, iniBuilds giveaway, back in the 320 with Sharklets. Going to be a great day of flying. Looking forward to it, friends. Guys, have yourselves a great Saturday. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday coming up here. It's going to be a very busy next couple of days. Everybody hang tight, hang on. It's going to be a fun one. Have a great evening, friends, and I will see you all tomorrow for a flight into Innsbruck.